One day I'll figure out how to get this working. Okay, hi. I'm Viv.
I'm Semi!
Hi, Sebi, I'm Viv.
Hi, Viv!
Welcome to our podcast that we haven't named yet. We're gonna give it a name at some point, but right now it's not named.
Unnamed podcast. Let's go!
We like Final Fantasy XIV, and we talk about it a lot, so we thought that we would record ourselves talking about it, and then put that on the internet for the entertainment of the masses. We're both streamers here on the Final Fantasy XIV directory. We have a grand old time. And we want to talk about raids. We do talk about raids.
Raiding.
We love raiding a lot. We love it a ton. We love it a ton here. And we're going to talk about what makes it good. But today we're going to start like kind of small scale. We're going to start kind of I guess larger scale in the grand scheme of things, but smaller scale in terms of 14. Alliance raids. Those are fun.
This is before Chaotic comes out, though.
This is before Chaotic. I guess this is sort of to commemorate what everybody thinks about Alliance raids before Chaotics come out as well.
Before World of Darkness Chaotic.
Yep. Which we're both very excited for.
Yeah.
Let's get that out of the way.
Give me my tile, please.
I want that mount so bad. And the other one too. The one that turns you into Cloud of Darkness. That's so rad.
Yeah,
that thing is
so
sick.
Good.
But alright. Let's just start, yeah? Let's just start going down the list. We're going to move down our list of Alliance raids. We're going to talk about if we like them or not. We're going to talk about things that we like about. And we're going to try to, maybe by the end, determine what makes an Alliance raid good and what doesn't. What makes a bad one. We'll get there. This is a scientific process. We have to apply our huge noggins to this, Semi. Are you ready?
Okay.
Are you prepared?
I'm ready.
All right.
No.
Oh, okay. Crystal Tower is our first Alliance raid series. The biggest Grahatia simp on the planet, and we're starting like this already.
Look, okay. I started playing in Shadowbringers. And towards the end of Shadowbringers, when they made Crystal Tower required, it was nothing but Crystal Tower, and it is still nothing but Crystal Tower in Alliance Raid. They tried to make it better, it didn't work. It is still Crystal Tower forever.
Always and forever.
Always and forever.
And
you can't even do the mechanics!
No, you can't.
I have a lot of feelings about Crystal Tower.
Yeah, well, let's get into them. And maybe we can start to dissect some of those. Labyrinth of the Ancients. Labyrinth of the Ancients. Alright, when your roulette pops, what's the first thing you think? You hear the little piano going, and then what do you do? What do you think? What's your first thought?
I go /P dead. And then I wait for them to get to the room, and then I go to the teleporter and teleport to them.
I feel like Labyrinth of the Ancients is what I consider like the default.
It is, yeah.
Like if I hit Alliance Raid Roulette, I'm assuming I'm getting Labyrinth. If I get anything else, I'm excited. Even another like Crystal Tower raid. It's like, wow. Like, Circus Tower. Wow!
I love Circus Tower.
At least that one's over fast, right? Like Labyrinth isn't exactly long. None of them are compared to some of the other ones. But none of them are very fun anymore.
They're not.
I waffled back and forth on whether or not they would be more fun if you didn't get them like constantly, but I don't even know if that's true.
No, because they're a victim of like item level. We're so far out geared and so far beyond the sync that we don't do the mechanics. Like Circus Tower has a really cool mechanic with the platforms at the dude right before Amon.
Oh, Glacia Labolas.
Yes, you have to like go to the platforms and do things there, but we don't get to see it or do it because we're so far out synced. Yeah.
I did not know that. I thought that boss was just like punch him until he dies.
No, he actually has mechanics, but you don't
vile
do them.
utterance. He yells. There's a really thin cone.
He's like, he's probably the boss I feel the most bad about because he has cool mechanics, but we just can't do them.
I feel more bad
You
for
cannot.
Nalthal, but we'll get there.
Oh yeah,
Um,
that's fair.
let's go down the list, huh? Bone Dragon. That's our first boss. Like, what the fuck is even happening?
I have no clue. I don't I don't know if there's even like mechanics really for
when
him.
I first started playing this game, I do remember distinctly wiping to Bone Dragon. Because we didn't kill the platinals. We didn't kill the skeletons. And I was a new player. This was back in like when I was first doing Labyrinth. I don't know if it was like my first run, but it was very early on. And nobody killed the platinals and nobody shielded, and then they all ran into the dragon and they exploded and killed everybody. But I think that I've only ever seen that once, and I think that's the only time I've ever felt threatened by Bone Dragon ever.
I've seen it enough times that it's instilled a fear in me. I have to kill those skeletons.
I definitely shield when I'm in there on healer.
Yeah,
I definitely spend the time to get a DCD out there.
It's scary on healer when you're watching everyone hit the dragon and then you just watch the skeletons run to the boss.
You're like, no, wait, wait.
Please, help me.
And then there's a bunch of like rooms with ads, and then there's the worst Alliance raid encounter in the whole game. Yeah, the three Atomoses in the hallways. That splits the alliances into three, and half of each alliance has to sit on the button to...
I think the reason that sucks so much is because people pull that boss before everyone gets there, and then
everyone autofills into A.
is an A.
Yeah.
And it's like, how the fuck do we do this?
You make a mistake is how.
Man.
No, that's terrible. Yeah, it does happen all the time, too.
It does!
People are usually pretty quick in Labyrinth nowadays. They want to get through it, but... I've seen it happen many times. That shit does not end.
And you see the wipe, and it's like, oh my god, this is the coolest part of this fight, is that you can actually wipe here.
How many ads? How many ads? It's cool. It's like, the idea's there. The concept is there. In Weeping City, they use it in the Ozma fight.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it's pretty alright there. When the ranged can stand on the button and hit the thing at the same time. That works. I'm fine with that.
That works, yeah.
It's just locking half of the group out of every encounter. It's just like, what?
Yep.
And then a similar problem with the next boss, Thanatos. Tethers to Alliance A, only you can hit the boss.
Yep.
After like a minute, tethers to Alliance B, you can hit the boss.
I think, like, the idea is there because the other alliances are supposed to be, like, you know, doing other things to make sure that A can keep hitting the boss.
Yeah, but it's like kill the ads that die in 3 hits.
It doesn't matter anymore because of item level.
No, it's true. There is
you also have to heal the pots there?
I did not know that. What
know.
happens if a pot dies?
If the pot dies, it like... I don't even remember. I want to say it heals the boss, but I could be wrong on that.
It's not like that would matter at all.
If you don't heal the pot, it'll start moving closer to the boss. Like,
once see if it says anything, just like right here. It says keep him alive. It doesn't say why. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. There is a degree of fun that I have in this fight when I'm Alliance A. And I get to go, okay, everybody, make sure nobody else gets to play. This whole encounter, we're the only people who get to hit the boss, right? Our damage is that good, right? Right? We got it?
Yep. We can do it.
You totally can. It's very satisfying when it does happen. And I guess...
I like being the healer, because I, like, in the other alliances, because I get to be like, haha, I know what to do. Heals the pots.
I don't think I ever in my entire life have healed the pots a single time.
I've used Benny on them before. I remember. I have like a vivid memory of like, Benny, that bitch!
No, whatever works, right? Whatever you gotta do.
He was like almost undead. He was almost to the boss. I was like, we're not gonna find out what happens today.
We're not learning. We're never learning.
I'm not risking a wipe to this stupid boss.
I'm sure it does something mildly inconvenient, but not game-changing.
Probably not like an full-on wipe.
Yeah, it might give everyone like a bold stack or something. It might heal the boss. I can't imagine it's anything more than an annoyance. The elegant
if it
bomb.
was like an auto wipe.
That would be kind of cool. It definitely isn't there. The elegant bomb, I think, is actually a kind of cool encounter. I think this one's pretty good as far as
I have like
labyrinth goes.
annoyance because I love sprouts. I do, but sometimes you guys don't read your party chat when everyone's telling you to separate the bombs. Or the bosses, whatever they are.
Well, you gotta separate the bosses, you gotta kill the bombs, and sometimes neither of those things happen. But it does require, like, coordination, which is more than every single other labyrinth boss asks of you.
It's true.
I guess the Automases ask for coordination. In a way. I think this is more exciting. This is one of the more fun fights for tanks. Like, that's not really saying a whole lot, but you do have to deal with damage. You do have to separate all the ads. You can tank the Puroburoses that aren't the, like, home into the middle one and explode ones.
Yeah.
They have an aggro table. So, like, there's stuff to do if you're a tank, which is something.
If you're a healer, sometimes you get the fun job of rescuing your tank from Alliance B back to Alliance A.
It's true. But it's just not very interesting. There's like it's neat that there is a DPS check at the end, but it's not, you know, it's level 50. It's level 50 content from patch 2.1 or whatever. It's really, really, really outgeared. The DPS check is non-existent. But it's something.
It's an idea.
I like splashing the lava on my friends. You can splash the lava. If anyone's unaware.
That's true.
It's very funny.
I like before you even get there, you have to like jump over, like you just jump past the stairs. Nobody uses it.
The layout of Labyrinth is probably the most interesting thing about it. Like the actual area itself, which is pretty sick. Labyrinth, like aesthetically, is a very cool area, with like the lava everywhere and the.
They should really give us Explorer mode for Alliance raids.
That would be good. That'd be good. Let me unsync it too, please.
They kind of did it for Nier with like the instant zones.
Yeah, kinda.
Not good enough.
You don't get Paradigm's Breach, so it doesn't count.
I love Paradigm's Breach.
We'll get there. First, we have to talk about Behemoth, which is hilarious. Behemoth gets a W. We can have that one. This one I do know about the extra mechanics for. This one, you have to go and turn off the towers to turn off the electric floor. No one does that ever.
No one does
The only time that I've ever seen it happen was when I purposefully went out of the way to do all of it myself.
Yep.
And like, the dot barely hurts. Barely. It does nothing. So you just ignore it, and the only mechanic you have to worry about is Ecliptic Meteor, which is admittedly very funny. And, you know, every fight from now until, like, when was the last time they used it? It was this expansion, I'm sure. There was one in Dawn Trail at least.
Yeah.
Like, there's an Ecliptic Meteor every patch. It's a good mechanic, and this is where it started. So we give it credit for that, right? Behemoth gets that. Behemoth gets that. If nothing else, like it's the only mechanic he does. It's the only thing that happens in that whole fight, and he has like 5 health.
Yep.
Like, people get through that fight with like single Ecliptic Meteors now.
It's true, yeah. There's also the mechanic after you beat him of like trying to click on the teleporter when his dead body is on top of it. That's a fun part.
His dead body in the entire Alliance.
Yep.
And then, of course,
oh boy.
we have Phlegathon, who used to be called Archeon when they first released him, but a patch later, yeah, he did. But when they were gonna release Circus Tower, the team was like, hey, we have an enemy called Archeon. Why is this boss called Archeon in the English version? What the fuck? Because in Japanese, Phlegathon is just called, it's Titan, but it's pronounced differently in Japanese. I don't know the linguistic details, but it's an FF3 reference. They share the same sprite in FF3. They just moved the name around, and they got forced to change the name to Phlegethon when Circus Tower was coming out, and one of the ads was going to be named Archeon. Because, once again, they share, it's the ones that share the same model that are like tiny Phlegethons in Circus Tower.
That's cute.
Yeah,
that's cute.
That's my fun little trivia from a forum post I found.
Know
I
that
think
at
it was
all.
made by Koji Fox. I think. I should probably cite my sources better than this, but I'm pretty sure Koji Fox made a forum post.
That doesn't surprise
about
me.
this a while
we
back.
love Koji Fox.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. The boss is like fine. Yeah. Ancient Flares.
DPS check.
Oh, he certainly does. Ancient Flare 2.
Kill him before the Ancient Flare.
And when you get an alliance that does it, oh, that's very satisfying.
Oh,
it's very
so
satisfying when
great.
it happens.
And
Ancient
you get an
Flare.
alliance that tries it but doesn't, and then you wipe.
Yep.
And then it's like, fuck, this
And-
feels like shit.
Like, I like him. I like him a lot. I think this is one of the like really bright spots in this raid. Ancient Flare is so funny.
I think he's the best, honestly. I have so many fond memories
I
of
know.
killing people with Ancient Flares.
It's true, and like even on top of that, he does a lot of stuff. Like even if none of it is anywhere near as interesting as Ancient Flare, he has really funky looking AoEs. He has the claws from the back of the room that like yoink onto people. He's fun. He's just a fun guy. And
He is.
any mechanic that requires alliances to split or an enrage happens, like it's good in my book. I'm a fan. I'm a
agree.
Phlegethon liker. This guy could stay. Toss everything else. Keep this guy. When's my Phlegethon chaotic UCP? Yeah, and that's Labyrinth.
Never.
That's Labyrinth of the Ancients. It's a
Love
raid,
Labyrinth.
for sure.
I hate Labyrinth.
Phlegethon definitely is like a brighter point. I would say this raid kind of gets better as it goes on.
Yeah, it's when it starts, it feels horrible, but then you like
Bone Dragon is
get towards the end, and it's like, okay, this isn't bad.
Yeah, it's that initial hit of hearing the piano music just really does not feel good.
It's so funny because you'll hear that. Are we allowed to talk about story spoilers here? I think that's a good question now.
Yeah. Spoiler alert
Okay.
for everything.
Spoiler alert! In
For
Shadowbringers, in like 5.3, when you hear, I think it's the Circus Tower theme really. But like when you hear the Circus Tower theme, it's like, oh my god, I'm home.
As
It's like a stab of nostalgia. But it's funny because I hate the fucking raid.
no, it's true.
But it feels so good in 5.3.
It's so important that it is mandatory, and I'm really glad they did make it mandatory, despite all of the reservations I have with these raids. I will have more as we go. But there's just, it's such an important part of the story, and
It is.
it's good in that sense.
Rahatia.
The actual storyline of Crystal Tower is pretty solid too. Like
It is.
it's good. It's good. Une and Doga are cool. I like them. Xande is certainly a character in this game, but it's fine. It's all fine. It's all in service to Graha, and Graha is the best boy.
Graha's the best boy.
Speaking of Circus Tower,
I will fight you, if anyone. I will fight anyone who disagrees.
Emmett Salk disagrees.
Emmett Selk, I killed you once, I'll kill you again.
Circus Tower. I have a macro for this. I get more excited for this one than I do for Labyrinth, for sure. If only because it's so much faster.
Yeah.
Circus is very far and away the shortest AR in the game, right? Like, it's not close.
I think so, yeah. I think World of Darkness is like longer by a little bit.
When you're leveling, when you want to get your levels, when you just want to get your fucking Alliance Raid Roulette out of the damn way. Circus Tower is good for that. Circus Tower is definitely good for that. Scylla has an Enrage. Found that out recently.
Yeah!
Yeah.
I've seen the Enrage.
Yeah, which summons a shit ton of ads and then you die.
Yep,
good.
I've seen that Enrage before. It's pretty sad.
Yeah, when you hit it, it's pretty rough. It requires so many people to not understand the fight. But it can happen. It totally can happen. The big main thing is the balls. Alright. That's like what this fight is.
Balls, the tower.
Getting an ice ball feels awful. It feels really bad.
It does.
Like, correct me if I'm wrong, are there enough fireballs to free everybody? I don't even know if there are. I totally could be wrong, but...
Yes, but like, I'm pretty sure when the fireball like catches up to you, it goes away.
Yeah.
So a lot of people just don't move, and then the fireball just disappears.
Or they just run away with it forever, and then it times out.
Yep.
The lightning balls are cool. I kind of like the lightning balls as a mechanic. You gotta bring them to the little pillar. Deposit.
Yeah.
It's like
Right.
Silhouette as a whole is just kind of meh. Just very underwhelming. If Ancient Flare, like, one-shot you, and you really had to stand in the water to survive it, I feel like people would respect this boss a lot more, but she doesn't, like, make you do anything that is interesting.
I think the thing, like, I'm looking at the wiki right now.
Yeah.
Have you seen Daybreak?
Daybreak is the Petrify, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool, but I don't think I've ever seen her cast Daybreak once in my life.
It's what happens when you don't have all of the balls placed, right? The lightning balls in the towers? Yeah.
Yep.
I've seen the ads, so I've definitely gotten to that point. I don't remember if everyone was petrified. I believe I was dead, so I definitely didn't get petrified. Maybe.
I feel like I've never seen the Daybreak because I think
this might be another
that's
symptom
one
of gear.
consistent thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. I feel like that's one thing everyone knows is to like take the lightning bolt to the tower.
Yeah, and it's cool, but I guess you're right. If there's never a consequence for it.
Yeah, it's just not good.
These raids need maybe not need, but they deserve a rework.
They do.
Just like maybe an item level cap or something. I don't even know if that would do anything, but Glacial Ebolas we already had a long conversation about. We've already talked about.
We talked about it.
But yes, all sides are all connected by one-way launch pads and a two-phase fight. Is it now?
Yep.
Interrupted by an intermission in the middle. I haven't seen any of this. I've seen
Assault on the platform wings.
I've seen Vile Utterance and the little traps that trap you if you stand in them. I've seen those two things. And also he punches you. Those are the things I know that this boss does. There's very clearly a lot more than this. There's very clearly a shit ton more.
There's so much
Oh my god, this is a very complex fight, apparently. Seen nothing. I've seen literally none of this.
We will probably never see it. Is a very sad truth.
That is sad. Rework Crystal Tower, man.
Please, or make it an Unreal.
Oh my god, once my Glacial Ebola is chaotic. That's what I need.
Agreed.
Okay. Do you remember week 1 of Dawn Trail? Did you ever get Circus Tower during week 1 of Dawn Trail?
I don't think I did my roulettes week one, honestly.
So week 1 of Dawn Trail, there was a bug in Circus Tower.
I think I remember because of the ice.
Yeah.
The ice. Yep.
The ice would freeze you, but it wouldn't turn you into an ice block.
Yep.
It would just like it would freeze you like how Shiva freezes you during Diamond Dust.
Yep.
And that would not block.
Nope.
What does he cast?
Curtain
Call. Yeah.
Call.
I would not block that. So what everybody had to do was burn the boss down. Was skip it. And it's possible. It's possible, but it's very tight. But it's very, very, very tight. And one of the
it was possible.
Oh, it's totally possible. One of the proudest moments I've had was an Alliance raid. We didn't make it, but we tried like 10 times.
Aww.
We tried so many times. We got to like 1 to 2%, like 3 pulls. I was potting. I had my food on. I was on Dragoon, and level 50 Dragoon, and it just we never made it. But like, I was so proud of the 14 community at that time. That made me so happy.
I love when 14 has those moments.
I
where
know.
A bunch of people are just trying their best. It's like, this is what I love about the community.
The fight's like fine.
Yeah.
The fight's like whatever. Curtain call's good, but it's Ecliptic Meteor again, right? And then everything else is just like the ads that run at him and tiny or silence everybody. Or like bomb. Yeah. There's kabooms, there's the incapacitate or whatever that stops you from using weapon skills.
Yeah.
Like there's you don't. A lot of it just boils down to kill the ads. You also have to bring the balls to the ads, which is something. The Circus Tower really liked its balls. I don't know what the fuck is going on with that.
Balls were a big thing.
Balls are a big deal in AR. Gotcha. Okay. Oh, dude, Ramu, you're so right. Yeah, balls. Yep. I feel like I have like nothing to say about him.
There's not much to really talk about.
Yeah, you can Asuna the bomb. Right, that's the thing.
Yep, you can Asuna the bomb.
That's cool. We like Asuna.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, he turns you into frogs.
He does turn you into frogs, yeah. I think that's if the slimes reach you, that's one of the things that can happen. That's fine. It's probably the best boss in Circus Tower.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's one where you see the most of his mechanics.
Yeah. You see all the important stuff, yeah. Unless you're a crazy, insane alliance group week 1 of Dawn Trail and you skip Curtain Call. Zande is cool, but Zande is cool.
I don't like his ad phase. I don't like that he goes untargetable.
Targetable,
and then
you gotta hit the balls. You get more balls.
You gotta hit the balls. It's more balls.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's pretty whatever.
I've never really liked ad phases like that.
No, they don't fight back, I think is the biggest problem.
Exactly. It's not like interesting, it's just nuke everything.
Zande calls meteors in that pattern. Hello, human resources. Thornton calls meteors in that pattern. Oh, you're sweet.
Exactly, you get it. Thornton, I love Thornton.
It's not a video about Thornton, it's a video about Zande.
Sorry, but that music. And then Meteor DSR.
That's the only music we're listening to here.
Okay.
Quagga is funny because it deals exactly your health to you. So like if you stand on the platform, you avoid it, it's fine. But also if you have the teeniest shield known to man, you'll also be fine. You have a 1 HP shield, and it will deal exactly your health, and you'll have 1 HP left.
I love watching the Scots run away with the stack marker.
That is funny, yeah.
Or like,
one of the only... Yeah, you can stack them all on top of each other here.
Yep.
Do you think that's good? I feel like this specific fight, I feel like leads a lot of people to be stacking stacks later.
Yeah, I think
in like
so,
Omega and E7, those sorts of fights.
It reminds me of like the flares, and how if you like overmit the flares, they just
oh yeah, like in Queen Eternal or in Top.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a sort of vibe.
Like I don't mind it, but also
if you're gonna do it, they should use a different marker. Is kind of my feeling.
Agree. Yeah, I agree.
Did they add stack markers, or these were always here, right?
No, I think they added the stack markers. Did they add these? 'Cause it was a different marker before. That's why no one knew what to do, if I remember correctly.
You know what might have been a decent use here? I know they don't work the same way, but what might have been a decent use is the little like Doritos.
Yeah.
That might have made this make more sense. I don't know. I don't love the idea that you can resolve these by stacking them all on top of each other when you can't in most other places. Considering how early this comes and how, like, internalizable that sort of information is.
I'm thinking, like, what if they did, like, the Titan markers? Like, the orange square?
Oh, yeah!
So,
I feel like
so,
that
like,
specifically
maybe...
denotes, like, the brownie tiles.
Yeah, it needs to be, like, a certain number of people in the stack. But, yeah.
It's...
It'd be something to be.
We're talking a lot
change
about
it.
this, but it's a thing that's over in, like, 1 second and doesn't matter.
Yeah, all that matters is you have to move afterwards.
Yeah, it's our
you have to
comments.
stay on the gravity thing until after that AoE goes off.
And sometimes he starts casting the Quagga before the gravity thing comes up, and you're like, whoa.
Whoa.
And then it comes up, and then he does Quagga.
Yep.
Our comments on a
yay.
lot of these, I feel, are just going to be very similar. They're all just...
Yeah.
All of these fights are just not enough at this point. The game has been around for too long. The game is too different.
Yep. We
have
have
way
not
too
been
much
playing
gear.
since ARR.
No,
we don't
no,
have the
we're
memory
both
back
Shadowbringers babies. Semi's a little older than me in terms of
I'm a little older.
Shadowbringers babiness. You started in 5.1?
I think I started right before 5.1 came
Right before
out.
5.1.
Mm-hmm.
I was in the Paradigm's Breach patch, whichever one that one is. That would have been 0.5?
5, yeah.
Yeah, so it was either 0.4 or 0.5. I remember Paradigm's Breach coming out. I remember that being, like, on the lodestone. That's when I started. So we definitely missed all of this. Definitely missed ARR. We... Soon, Semi, we'll get there. We have to talk about Angra Manu in World of Darkness.
Back!
World of Darkness is another whatever raid. It's another one that you get and you're like, oh, it's fucking World of Darkness. Okay.
I think it's the one I hate the most, honestly.
Really?
World of Darkness.
I think I'd rather get World of Darkness than Labyrinth.
I've wiped too many times on the menu.
To Angra Manu, really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
You wouldn't think so,
No,
because
you-
it's like
I feel like I
burn that
never
vault
have.
down.
Yeah.
But when you get like an entire group of people that either are not paying attention or don't know, everyone's dying to do.
I
everyone's
have
dying to not
seen like a
balancing.
whole alliance die to 150 death.
Yeah.
I have seen that happen.
Yup.
People do die to Doom all the time. Okay. To be fair, the cleanse tiles are so fucked up in that fight.
No! Why do they spin so much?
They spin so much. Also, the snapshot of the gaze is very, very, very late.
It is.
It's not on the cast bar. It's like it's a few seconds after. It's very weird.
It is
What
weird,
happens
though.
if you don't kill the hourglasses?
No. Like, I don't really know what happens if you don't kill the hourglasses, but what happened the few times I remember is everyone was dying to either there were people standing in front of with the tank
Yeah,
getting
that
the
happens
keys.
all the time, for sure.
There were people dying to Doom, then there were people not balancing the the little debuff he gives you like every once in a while.
The
They weren't
happy and
balancing
sad,
that.
or the angry and
Yeah,
sad.
so
Yeah.
if you have too much happy, he does so much damage to you. There's just like no saving
It's
people
just
from
like
that.
it's just like a stacking vuln, right? That's how it works.
Yep.
Yeah.
You just have to balance it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you get 3 stacks, you die.
You just blow the fuck up.
Yep.
It's weird though, because I really wanna like this fight.
To avoid being killed, do not stay in the quarter that is lit up from the last final. As long as you are all dead. It doesn't say what happens.
Yeah,
if
it
you
does.
don't kill the
They never tell us the consequences.
I want to know the consequence. Can we get like 2 other people and go
Yeah.
in?
And
And just not
find
kill the
out.
hourglasses? I want to see.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, and then people weren't killing the ads, and the ads do like a powerful raid wide if you
Yes.
don't kill them in time.
That
Yep,
one I've also
got
seen.
it. All of that together creates a wipe, and then you're just like, why?
Oh, one that I did find out was once he gets like super low, like at the end of the last phase, he'll start doing like raid wides that apply paretics, which I thought was
Oh, I
very
did
interesting.
not.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
It's not like they
Weird.
do anything, but
Yeah.
it applies
It'd
sporadic.
be annoying for casters.
Yes, you know, he
Black
only
mage.
applies it when he's like really low. It's you know,
That's
and we
weird.
burn them so fast. But
Yep.
there's that other Atomos pole which is better than the other Atomoses, but it's still not very
That's
good.
That's after the dragon.
Is that after the dragon?
Yeah, that's after the 5-headed dragon. Because in between is the Phlegathon copy.
Oh, you're so
with
right.
The portals, yep.
I'm also looking on the wiki. I got them totally fucking mixed up. The dragon implies paretic. The dragon is the paretic guy. It
Oh,
says it right here,
I
right here
have
at the bottom. Yep. Yeah.
I see the dragon do that.
Yeah, it's not Agramani. World of Darkness just all fucking blends together in my head, and then we
It
fight
does.
Cerberus, and then
I don't
we go
think
back
it
into the
will.
blood. Five-headed dragon is such a nothing fucking fight. Nothing happens in
is.
this fight. You pull the boss to the wall, and then there's a stack marker now, so you can tell where the stack happens.
Yeah.
And there's
That
there's
wasn't
a,
there before.
No, that was not there before. There were a lot of things going on, but none of them are like particularly consequential.
No.
I like the poison puddle that somebody has to stand in, so the poison ads don't spawn.
Oh yeah, or like the prey.
Yeah, the prey marker's pretty cool.
The slippery prey.
But once
I just
again,
think that's funny.
like if you fuck
pass
up
it
the
to your
slippery
friend.
prey, like one person dies.
Yeah. Not really,
Is there?
Big
There's so
consequence.
few consequences. There's the prominence, or is it no, discordance is the DPS check. Yeah, and
Yep.
it's a very nothing DPS check. And this fight is maybe the least memorable fight in World of Darkness, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah, I only really remember it because he does the big, raid wide in front of him, and that's the reason we pull
Oh,
the
white
balls all the way
breath.
to the
Yeah,
end.
yeah.
Yeah, white breath.
Then when you get a tank who doesn't know to do that, you're like, oh, that's why.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Ah,
Oh,
yes.
that's why we pull it.
Okay, and then the Atama. Then the Atama.
Okay, this one, I don't like it.
You don't like it?
I don't like it. The only reason I don't like it is because if you get knocked off the edge and the other alliances aren't pushing the buttons,
Yeah.
you're just
You're
sitting there
stuck.
doing nothing.
Just don't get knocked out.
You're just begging them to read party chat, like, hey, please step
Please
on the
help.
button. Please help me.
Yeah, it is one of those, but it also requires communication between alliances. It doesn't even do that. You just need to stand on the
It
buttons.
doesn't.
You just need to stand on
You
the damn
put
buttons.
down a marker and you say Alliance A goes here, Alliance B
Yeah.
goes there, Alliance C goes there, and then you do it.
And then you get white holed and you're annoyed because you can't even avoid it. And then someone else gets white holed and they don't know what to do with it, so they cleave you with it. And then you finally get up as Shockwave is casting and you get knocked back down again. It's just annoying. It's just a super annoying
Yep.
fight. That's all I have to say. I think there's it's annoying. It's annoying. I don't want to do it.
It's funny though when you know the tricks, so you know where to like stand so you don't get knocked off.
Yes, right in the middle.
And you just
Dead
watch
fucking
everyone-
center. Yeah.
Yep, dead fucking center in the
Yep.
middle, and then you just watch everyone get knocked off, and it's like.
It's one of those ones. It's once you know it, it's funny, but it is still extremely annoying.
It's very annoying, yeah.
Okay, and now I'm gonna change my tone for one fight. Cerberus is awesome.
I agree. I fucking love Cerberus.
Cerberus is incredible. This is
I
one of the, I think the only fight in all of Crystal Tower that actually holds up all the way through.
I agree. It's so good. I love that you have to get eaten by him.
Mm-hmm.
One group has to get eaten, one group has to deal with ads, and then the other group has the easiest group of dealing with the chains.
Or you do what everybody does now, which is everybody in the belly. Get in the belly!
Get in the belly!
And it totally works, because the outside ads won't, like, kill the tank anymore, because we're so overgeared, so it's whatever.
Yep.
And then the only thing that I'm, like, kind of meh about is you just have to hope that people do the chains. Like, you can do the chains yourself for sure, but if people pick up the chains and don't place the chains, which for some reason happens constantly, that will wipe you. That will just wipe you.
They either don't know, like, how to click on the thing, or they just think they just have to walk up to him. which
like
would be cool.
It's early in the game. It's the first Alliance Earth series. I'm willing to give people the benefit of the doubt, but it's also annoying when it does happen, for sure.
Yep.
But it's just everything else is just very clear telegraphs. Very like it's speedy. There's movement to it. If you stand behind that boss and you're not ready for the tail swipe, you're getting hit.
Yep.
He just hits you.
And he actually like punishes you if you don't do his mechanics. I love. You don't kill the ads in the belly, he gets a damage up and a haste.
Yeah, and you die. He will kill you.
Yep. It's great. I like it. Punish me.
It's a good fight. It's a good fight. It holds up well. We like Cerberus. We stand Cerberus here. One of the very bright spots, very few bright spots in Crystal Tower. It's a shame Cloud of Darkness doesn't feel the same at all.
Nope.
She will also kill you if you don't do her mechanics. It's true. Her mechanics are really boring though.
I don't think I've ever wiped a Cloud of Darkness though, honestly.
I don't think I have either. No, I have wiped once because when we got to the like ad phase where three alliances have to kill the different clouds, we had like one person in one of the. Oh no! Yeah. And then I think she's just I'm fairly positive it's just when she casts Particle Beam, it just one-shots you. But like that never happens anymore. I'm fairly certain a solo like healer could get one of those clouds.
I believe it. Point. I do.
Apparently there's a phase at the very end that nobody sees anymore, where she spawns like worms. Yeah, she's got like a worm phase.
The worms add many debuffs like Morble's bad breath to anyone standing too close to them. What?
That sounds awesome. I hope we get to see it in the chaotic.
I've never seen that before.
No, me neither. I mean, because she always the clouds ads end and then she dies.
Yeah,
she does Particle Beam and everybody comes out of it with LB3 and she has 2% health anyway, so she just explodes. A fight that probably is a lot cooler, but it's unfortunately very gated by gear, and also the things you have to do are not fun. Like standing and blocking the clouds is whatever, I guess.
Run away from the group with the meteor monster.
Okay, that's funny when somebody who doesn't know about it gets it and runs through the entire party and kills everybody. That's very funny. So like there's stuff to it. This is why I feel like I like World of Darkness more than Labyrinth. Like at least Engram on You and Cloud of Darkness like have sauce, you know? At least there is sauce in the fights, and Cerberus is legitimately a good fight. So
I will say the reason I hate it is most likely because I get World of Darkness more than I get any of the other two.
That's fair. I feel like that's might be where my bias towards Labyrinth is. So I feel like I get Labyrinth constantly.
Yeah.
I do get World of Darkness a lot. I get all these a lot. It's Crystal fucking Tower. I just want something else. If it's any of these, I'm disappointed because once again they're the default, right? They're the default raid.
I will take literally anything. I will take Heaven's Ward. I will take the Sky Pirates any fucking day over this.
Well,
and it's not that much better.
Well, we get to talk about it now, I suppose.
We do.
But we can talk about it more later. I think Void Ark specifically is awful. And then once you hit Weeping City, I feel like the bar is just raised drastically for what an Alliance raid is. Void Ark is bad though. Void Ark is another Crystal Tower raid disguised as a Heavensward raid. It's level 60. That's the difference.
It is, yeah. When Shadowbringer, the relic was out.
This was forever. It's like 30 times or something.
This was what everyone was spamming because it was the shortest one, and it was so boring every single time. I hated it.
Cetus is actually okay. I feel like the weird stingray thing. It's like fine. I like when it separates one of the alliances and traps them in the dome, and you have to kill the bubbles.
I do too. Yeah.
It's fine.
They do like an updated version of this. I feel with Weeping City. with the plant.
Oh,
spider
yeah,
lady.
you're right. It does it a lot better too. You are right.
It does it a lot better, yeah.
Yep.
Which this is like the foundation of it, so I respect it for that, but nothing else.
That's fair. That's fair. That is fair. There's this. I hate that room. I hate that stupid ads room between this and the next boss.
I hate
It has
too.
marbles in it, so I can't hate it that much. But like, it's where you have to like vet the room and kill all the vines, and it just takes forever.
It takes too long, I think.
Irminsul and Sawtooth, the pillar and the guy.
Yeah,
It feels like Leviathan.
it is. That's exactly what it is.
It's Leviathan, and then you get to do an ecliptic meteor, and then you fight Leviathan somewhere.
Yep.
I didn't need another Leviathan.
I agree.
This is also the patch after Bismarck. So, like, we had 3 Leviathans.
Man. This is also the one where, like, I feel like they really started using the mucus thing, where, like,
Oh,
the
yes.
AoE will, like, tether you to players and you can't move until someone else comes in.
To be
I don't
fair,
like that.
I adore that. I think, no, this fight walked so that P10 could run. How about
Okay.
that? Yeah.
I'll give you that. We do love P10.
We do love
But
P10.
I don't like it when the whole alliance is stuck there.
Yeah.
There's just this one poor person trying their best.
In P10, it's controlled, because it's always applied
Yeah.
through the stack markers, or those one individual markers that you need to build the bridges with. Here, it's somebody gets a spread, and they have 1
Good luck.
second to react to it.
Yup, good luck.
And that's the whole fight, right? Like, there's the ecliptic meteor, which is cool, but it's another
Yeah.
ecliptic meteor, and that's it. And you have to target the
There's
bosses.
what is it? The parasite? It's like like a zombie kind of thing. That's in this fight too.
I didn't know this. I was unaware.
Parasite plant attached to their head for 15 seconds and are forced to walk towards allies and attack them. Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever
It's
seen
like
that.
it's like hegemon.
I do like that. That is
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
I've never seen it. I've never seen it in my
Surprised
whole
you
life.
haven't seen it. I feel like it's been there, but you probably just never noticed because I've seen it happen. so many
Probably.
times.
I haven't done Void Arc very many times.
That's
I
fair,
truly dislike Void Arc. I'm probably happier to get it than like a Crystal Tower raid just because it's something different. But
Yeah. Mhm.
like, I don't like any of
That's
these
my
bosses
only
very much
real
well.
happiness.
Yeah.
And I get it. This next boss I hate with a
Choo Choo
burning
Lane.
passion.
Did you
I
know that
hate-
this is a tactics boss?
I did not.
I found that out recently.
Well, I
playing
hate
tactics.
him in tactics too.
He's not so bad in tactics. There's
Okay.
a boss in the Evil East raids that you might hate in tactics.
Oh, I'm sure.
No, this guy sucks. This boss is pretty bad. And
I don't like it.
I like this like model of boss. This
Yeah.
style that gets used in other fights. There's a Shadowbringers dungeon. I think it's it's
There's
it's
two.
Ilmeg. It's Ilmeg, the one I'm thinking
Yeah,
of.
it's also used again in Academia.
Oh, you're so right.
With Quetzalcoatl. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, and those bosses are a lot better than this one.
They are. I like
Um,
them so much more.
I-
This one has too many like ad stuff.
It
going
has a
on, I
lot
think.
of things going on, and it's another one of it's a Crystal Tower fight where there's a lot of shit happening and none of it matters.
Mhm.
The only like you have to kill the Fubars. That's the
Mm-hmm.
really important thing. And then other than that, it's like dodge the tentacles, don't be in front of it, right?
Yep. Don't be in front of it.
There's a lot of
the
like
things
dots
you
that
do
get
there.
applied, and like somebody gets like stone skin for some reason, and
Yeah.
like there's a lot of
God,
stuff,
and
and so you just hit the boss, you just hit it.
Yep. And then there's a whole phase that you don't even see anymore because it's like black lung.
Oh, with the
you
black,
never see it.
yeah. I've seen
Yeah.
it, like a couple times, but like very
You
rarely.
never see it. You
Yeah.
very rarely see it, which is
You never see the whole thing, for sure.
yeah.
You never
You
have
kill
to
the
deal
boss
with it.
before, which
Yeah.
is-
And that's it. That's it. And then you go to Echidna, who is fine.
Yeah.
Who's whatever.
Yeah. I mean, she's cool because she like breaks apart.
Yeah.
She's the one that breaks apart into 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Into the 3, and one of them's named Dexter.
Yeah.
I like Dexter.
Yeah. The kid knows Dexter and Dexter.
Yeah. And they're an ad phase. It's
Yeah.
one weird thing about Echidna. We complain a lot about not seeing mechanics. Echidna like hard caps herself at 0.1%, so you have to see everything, and it's so annoying.
It is very annoying.
She has to do that second split.
I just learned this.
Yeah.
Reading the wiki. Did you know that the ads target the tanks automatically? You don't have to provoke them.
Oh, so when I see a tank with 2 of the ads, it's because they provoked the wrong ad and also have the right ad. That's fun.
Yep.
Do they do something if you stack them together? Probably, right?
As they otherwise will tether together and gain
Get
stacks of
fall
vulnerability down.
It's like, Coils turn 1! I can make that reference now.
Yay! Wow, Coils!
That's Void Arc.
In my Final Fantasy 14.
That's all of Void Arc. Damn, this raid blows, man. I hate this one.
It doesn't have very many, like, redeeming qualities.
No. There's not.
I say
it's
the
cool
one
looking.
thing that redeems it is Kate Sith. That's
Kate
it.
Sith is pretty great. The vibes of the raid are pretty immaculate. Coffin spaceship from Hell.
Yeah.
Like, pretty good.
It's like, I feel like this entire raid series has really good, like, aesthetic. I like it.
It's 14 is just always really good at aesthetic.
14's always good.
14 has almost never failed at aesthetics past, like, era. And now we get to go into the good stuff. We finally get to go into raids that I like. Raids that I'm happy to get in roulettes. Weeping City of Mach is so good. I love Mach. I love this raid.
I think, okay, my one thing that I would, they still do it, but they do like every Alliance raid. I feel like they should get rid of ad rooms, honestly.
I agree.
I don't like them. I don't know why we have them.
Shout out to Aglaya for not having them.
Yeah,
Aglaya had like two like mini boss ad phases.
But they weren't like ads. They were just,
they were like
nice little mini bosses.
They were like dungeon bosses, is what they felt like. Yeah, which is fine. I'm not for that.
Yeah.
But yes, there's a lot of ads in this raid, and those are pretty annoying. I'll agree with that. That's for sure true. We haven't done a lot of talking about ads, so I guess it's good we did it now.
Over them.
Yeah, they're so unimportant, but like they are another huge part of the reason that like Labyrinth of the Ancients is so annoying, because you have to go through those first 3 rooms of just ads.
Yeah.
ads, and then you fight the dragon, which is ads.
Yep. It's just ads galore. And then you fight Atomos, which is just spawns ads.
Spawns more ads! Ah! You're so right. Arachne Eve is a fun fight.
Yeah, that's really cool. That's the one I was talking about, that the first one is based off of, or, yeah.
Is this your favorite spider, Sammy?
Yes.
Yeah?
This is, like, for those of you that don't know, I have arachnophobia. I can't fucking stand spiders. 14, I can deal with those spiders. They're like lady spiders all the time. I don't think there's like any actual spiders.
So spiders are fine if they have titties. That's the rule?
Yes.
Okay. Good to know.
It's like something to focus on other than the creepy legs.
That's fair. You know what? Totally. Have you played Dark Souls 1?
I haven't.
Okay.
I do know that there's like a spider lady in Dark Souls.
There's a spider lady. You judging by that criteria, you'd be fine with her.
Yeah.
Okay. She looks a lot like this boss, which is pretty funny.
I bet.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff about this boss that I don't really understand how it works. It has that sort of thing going on with that we've been talking about with Crystal Tower, where a lot of stuff is going on, and I'm not entirely sure about all of it. But the stuff I do understand is really cool, so she can have that.
Did you? I didn't find this out until like, God, maybe like the end of Shadowbringers. So like a year or so after I was playing. You can like kill a certain ad in like the web above, and it'll take you below the web. And there's like a whole mechanic thing going on under.
The spider? The like little one? Yeah, I do that every single time. That's how I've been doing the fight forever. I've never stayed up there. I don't know what happens if you stay up.
I didn't know.
Yeah, that's how you
I
get
would
freed,
stay up
is the
there
people have to go
the
down
whole
and
time.
break all the structural things. And they let you down.
Know that.
The fight is good! The fight is good!
Dude, it's very interesting. And then, like, the people up top have to, like, kill the spiders before it reaches her.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah,
I like
it's very cool. And then there's
It's
one
cool.
unfortunate thing about this fight that we skip. My favorite mechanic in this fight. It's now not, you see it sometimes, but you don't see it in every group. It's the one where she spits all the webs on the floor, and then she does the big suck, and you have to stand on the webs to not get sucked. I love that mech. I think that one's awesome. I love how that uses the arena. I love the speed of it all. I love how you gotta get stuck in a place and not get. It's just good. It's good. It's a really well-made fight. It's much more interesting than basically every single thing we've gotten up until this point.
I agree. I kind of wish for P10. Like, when we were first watching it and, like, it was first out, I thought the way to solve Herring Hell was you had to, like, make a puddle and stand on the webs.
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted it to be.
That's kind of what you do have to do. You just gotta make it, it's not a puddle,
it's a wall.
Yeah, it's a wall.
It's a wall.
And so it's sideways puddle. That's all that is.
But I want to be able to sit in the web and cast and shit and not get knocked back.
Yes. You want to do the mechanic? I get it.
I want to do the mechanic.
Forgall is a cool fight. Forgall's another cool one. Forgall's the one that everybody wipes to their first time because you have to get hit by the AoE that one time near the end.
The zombification!
Yeah.
Got it. I remember this boss.
Yep. It's funny. It's funny fight. One of those that definitely, like, feels extremely unfair the first time you do it. Like, he just kills you.
It's like one thing the whole time, and then after ad phase, he switches it up and he's like, haha.
You have to get hit by it this time. And there's no, like, as far as I know, he doesn't, like, explain it in any way.
I don't think he does.
He just says, die!
I think the only thing is, God, I want to say
Necropurge.
he changes the name.
Does he?
But I don't remember if he does or not. I remember I found a tell.
There is a tell? I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
I know it's a reference to FF10, I think, right? I haven't played 10, so I don't really know, but Mega Death is like a thing that you have to be zombified to survive in 10.
Yeah. Because, like, he doesn't cast Mega Death in Phase 1, I think is what it is, but he casts it in Phase 3.
Yep.
And that's your tell, I assume.
If I
remember correctly.
Yeah, but it's definitely
it's
a stretch.
not a good tell, yeah.
And then outside of that, though, like, is there anything else in this fight that, like, really happens? There's Doritos. This might be the first instance of Doritos. Maybe.
I think this is the first instance.
It's early for sure.
Oh, Hellwind happens here.
Ooh, yes, that's the HP to 1, right? Or like extremely low thing. Yeah. That is interesting and new. It does Hellwind as it's doing the towers that you have to bleed to stand in. Yeah, and that's pretty neat.
Yeah, it's like the first time. Yeah, you gotta teach DPS how to wait for heals before doing the mechanic.
Or they just do it anyway because we outgear the fight like crazy.
Cry.
It's fun. Either one. There's that funny little ads phase, the little ads thing. It spawns like a succubus and some other stuff, and you gotta kill him. It's whatever. It's very
Oh
Nidhogg.
yeah, the headstone. I honestly like the headstones just because I like how they look.
Oh, I was talking about the ad phase of Forgall, but let's just move on. It's not important.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's
What?
they're 3 ads that don't do anything. Headstone is
I genuinely skip over them because they don't do anything.
They're not important. They denote the before and after. After the ads phase, there's Mega Deaths. Before the ads phase, there's no Mega Death. That's it. Headstone's cool though. Headstone's cool. It's a more complicated ecliptic meteor, but like it requires alliance coordination, which I always like, and I don't know. I don't have a lot to say about Headstone, but it's a decent enough break. I prefer mini bosses to ads phase any day of the week.
Me too.
Ozma is awesome.
Oh boy, oh boy. I love
Ozma. This is one of them fights. This is one of them fights you do alliance raids for. It has.
Then you do Baldicinal Arsenal again so that you can see him again.
I have it unlocked, Sebi. We have to do it.
Let's go! Let's do it! I want to do it!
I want my ad. I want my ad? My mount. I want my mount. My Ozma balls.
I have my Ozma balls.
Ozma requires you to be able to read a lot of pretty unique tells. The form changes are very unique. The fact that you just, like, have to know, I think is pretty funny.
Yep.
Is triangle the laser? Triangle's the laser, right?
Yeah,
down the middle.
triangle's the laser.
Yeah. And then square is the in. I think. The fight has a lot of, like, new stuff.
Square is the donut.
Square is the donut, yeah.
I think
specifically, like, acceleration bombs, I think, first show up here. Yeah.
I think this is the first instance of them.
It has a lot of those. Oh my god, the meteors that you have to drop in spaced out well, and no one ever does it, and then everybody gets a volt stack, and then you have to take an acceleration bomb, and then nobody does that correctly, and they go off, and all the people in the volt stack just explode.
Kaboom!
There's debuffs everywhere. There's, like, poison and bleed and all this shit, and then you get into the ads phase, which is, like, the coolest ads phase in the whole game.
It is.
It sucks you inside him, and you gotta fight the little tiny Ozma inside the big Ozma.
Yup. You gotta kill the Atomos, and then you can fight the Ozma shade.
Yeah, and it eats fucking Labyrinth of the Ancients lunch by doing that exact encounter, but in a much, much, much better way.
Yeah, and then it does a simulation, which is it's so funny because this is, like, another one of those, like, nothing mechanics.
Yeah.
But it's like
You're
it's
gonna
cool
have to
that he
remind me
does
what a
it.
simulation is.
You don't know what a simulation is?
I don't think I do. It's just a gaze, right? Isn't it?
It's
like
a
a look
debuff.
away?
He gives a debuff, and you have to turn away from the boss.
Wait, on the debuff?
Yeah. He casts assimilation, you look away. If you didn't and got the assimilation debuff, turn your character away from the boss until the debuff is gone, or you get trapped in a singularity jail.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was unaware of this. That's cool.
Yeah.
I guess I don't look at games.
It could skip pretty quickly though because you know DPS. But also it's like if you don't look at
oh, this is in the ads phase. I see.
Yeah, it's in the ad phase, and you get jailed.
I've never seen
Everyone has
Austin
to
Shade
save you. It's like Titan jails.
Well, I love
You
Titan.
gotta break the jail.
Yeah, that's good. That's cool. I've never seen it, or at least just haven't paid attention. But it's cool. It's aight.
It's something to do.
Yeah, it is something. There's a lot in this fight. There's a lot of stuff, but I understand all of it because it's all very simple. It's just all layered on top of each other. And then there's on top of that, there's the bullshit stuff like the shape changing. It's good. It's a really, 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 really well made fight. Good job, Ozma.
I like it, and like, I love when you have to like look at the boss to tell what the boss is doing.
It's 14 does it, and other MMOs don't do it, and we should just do it. Yeah.
I don't want to look at the floor. I don't want to look at the funky looking AOE's. I want to look at the boss, and I want to know what he's doing based off of the way he looks.
Speaking of bosses doing things based off the way they look, Califisteri. Califisteri is kind of the manifestation of that, right? She casts extension. She casts extension. One side of her gets all big, and that side of her is where the AoEs come from. Don't be on that side. And yet...
Look, man. Her hair is so big. I think that's my one complaint is sometimes it's hard to see.
She is very large. She's really big, and she like covers everything. She has a couple really cool things outside of haircut.
That's true.
Her ads face is kind of awesome. Yeah.
I do like her ads face.
I like everyone getting like the chasing AoE markers and everyone else that's running around them. I really like the axe and bulb, like traps
yeah,
from the ground.
flowers. Yeah.
There's that one mechanic that I'm not entirely sure what to do about still, though. She sucks everybody to the middle, and then she slams the bulbs into the ground, and it's just like everyone gets bulb smacks. And I don't know if there's like an answer to that or.
The answer is that you're supposed to be like on an axe and like get away from it. Because I think it's like a.
She just yorks you in.
Yeah, but like it's like a. It's not a big yoink. Like if you're in like it's like a circle. Like a small AoE that should yoink you in.
I found it.
You found it?
Penetration will pull you towards the center of into 3 bulb flowers if you're looking at the boss, and will push you away if you're not.
I see.
Interesting.
So you have to. You can't be looking at her. Interesting. Maybe
that's
an
indicator for that.
Looking at her.
I guess it doesn't really matter.
Root. I guess it's like that voice, just that line. Her hair begins to take root. That's it.
Huh. Well, we'll try that next time. I don't know how to feel about that, but like I definitely don't hate her. I don't think she's a bad boss by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, it's kind of. I think like if they give it like the Dawn Trail treatment they've been doing with like, Valley.
With like the big orange flashy text. Yeah, agree.
Yeah, I think it'd be a lot better if they did that. And then like, there's also. Yeah, that was a really good change. They have it more too. Like on the wiki, it says like her hair begins to take on another shape, and that's how you tell that she's doing haircut. And then Calophysteria is drawing power from her jewel.
That's for her ad phase.
That's how you tell she's in ad phase. Yep. So
Interesting. I
think if they gave it the Dawn Trail treatment, this fight would be way better too.
I agree, and I already like it. I don't think it's bad. It's definitely better than Echidna. It's definitely better than Echidna.
Oh yeah.
I don't think I've not liked any fight in this raid. I think my only real complaint with this raid is the ads, which aren't even that bad. Mach is good. Mach is good. It's a good raid. Alright, Semi, it's time. Funscape! Funscape, baby!
I have so many fun little facts about this.
I adore this raid. This is one of my favorites. This is up there for me. Oh, Dunscape is hard.
It is, but like it's I think it's a good hard.
I agree. I think maybe the difficulty is even a little high for what I would consider should be an Alliance raid. But like the fact that it exists is awesome. Maybe it's not that it's too hard. It's not too hard. Let's clarify. It's just it's long. Hard, it's a long raid. It's very long. It's like near length, right?
Yeah.
It's up there.
I feel like it's longer than like Copied Factory specifically.
You kill Scathatch, and that feels like an ending point of an Alliance raid.
It does.
And then you fight Diablos, and it's an extra fight, and it's incredibly long.
Like the longest fight ever.
2 incredibly good phases, but also very long phases. But before we get there, we have a Death Gaze.
Yeah.
Talk about a way to set the fucking tone.
Wipe.
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 The first thing it does with the doom that sucks you in and then sucks you in again.
Yeah.
The second suck is like the meanest thing.
It is, because you think you're safe and then nope.
And then a second one.
But you can sure cast it.
You can sure cast it. You can dash out of it. You can do a lot of stuff. But it is, if you don't know about it, this boss just kills you. And it does that constantly. It does so many ways of just killing you. My favorite one is Doomsday. Hey, 2 players have Dooms. I hope your healers are paying attention.
I also love Doomsday.
It's
because it's another one of those instances where as soon as it's actually important. I like Doom. I like Esunable Doom.
Yeah, Asuna
unless it's
is
like given to the whole party.
Dawn Trail is doing a better job about this, but roll actions are very underutilized in a lot of content, methinks. You know, we'll get to Juno, but
yeah.
just like the Archangel's fight alone has like 6 interrupts.
I love Juno.
Good raid.
I wish there was more Asuna usage because I'm a healer main, and I feel like we don't use it as much
Ever.
as we been done before.
You can Asuna quadruple slap improve.
That's true. But like, it's not even important because you freaking invone it.
Yeah.
I can literally just leave that on you and it won't matter.
Yeah. You probably should, TBH.
I do.
Void Blizzard, Void Arrow. Very important to talk about when discussing Death Gaze, methinks.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep,
There's
yep.
the big squares. Yep.
It is once again sort of an ecliptic meteor, but backwards.
Yeah.
But I think
You-
more people have died to this one singular mechanic than any other mechanic in any alliance raid.
Yeah. I would believe that.
I think definitely the most wipes I've had in an alliance raid have come from this specific mechanic. People just die to it. It's very clear what you have to do when you know to look for it, but without the like knowledge of what to look for, it's
This
very
combo with
unintuitive
the
and it
Void
just
Arrow
kills you.
immediately
Yeah.
after.
Mm-hmm.
Yup. I've seen so many people go fly because they're not, or like, sometimes he will screw you over and you'll have to be on the other side, but the icicles are like by the freaking
Yeah,
other end of the arena.
you gotta fucking book
So
it.
you're just booking it and you don't make it in time, and it's so mean.
There's, with like Void Death, he'll just take a bunch of squares in the arena and say, you're not allowed to be here. You're not allowed to be here. And then he'll start doing that during other mechanics. It's a great
Yep,
boss.
and
It's a great
It's great.
boss.
It is.
Definitely one hell of a fucking way to start the raid.
It is.
With maybe not the hardest alliance raid boss, but one of the most lethal, for sure. Definitely up there as lethal. Ferdiad is probably my least favorite boss in the raid. I don't think he's bad
But
though.
he's so interesting.
He is interesting. That's
Like,
that's a compliment, right?
This is-
to every other boss
It
because
is.
he's pretty good.
This is where my fun fact comes in. They
Yeah?
didn't have his model ready, so he was just a succubus when he
Wait,
first released.
really? Is that true?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, he was in an ARR dungeon. Let's just yoink him.
Yeah. Well, he wasn't ready. He
Alright.
wasn't. His color changes wasn't ready.
Sure. That's really
He
funny
was a
though.
succubus. It is.
Hot Ferdiad. Oh no. Weirdly, the Atomos teleporting mechanic, right? Where he shoots a laser through the Atomos and it's a donut or a whatever.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty cool. It's a good
I
mechanic.
like that. Yeah.
It's showing up in Cloud of Darkness Chaotic. We've seen
Is it?
screenshots of it, right?
I don't.
We've seen
remember.
Atomoses. And like
definitely
stuff
have.
going into them and coming out somewhere else. So it's
That's cool.
yeah. He's from the Void, so it maths. It's just it's
It
interesting.
maths.
It's interesting. It probably means we're not getting a Ferdiad Chaotic, which is fine.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm sure
Um,
they're gonna be doing Diablos and
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait for
Dark-
Diablos. Oh my god. And then like other than the Atomos thing though, like he sends the ads during his ads phase through the Atomos, and that's pretty cool.
yeah.
But like the only other thing that I specifically remember from this, oh, you have to match all the towers to the same color.
Yeah.
That was something.
The amount of times I've seen people type in like Alliance chat, if you don't know what to do with the towers, don't touch them.
Don't mess with them. Yeah.
I've seen that so many times.
But the thing that I always remember is the little scythe that he spawns that just spin around in a circle and move around.
Yeah.
Those
and,
things,
like, the DPS that
they're
don't
like
move from
they're
it.
very easy to avoid, but if you stand in there for like 2 ticks, you die. You blow up. Those things hurt.
I feel like it's kind of easy to miss
Yeah.
once they've already hit. So I understand
No, for
why
sure.
people die to it.
I've died to it many times.
Oh
just
yeah,
not paying
me
attention.
too. Yep.
It can really, really catch you off guard.
You can.
This Dunscape in general, it is very,
Yep.
very good at catching you out of position. Proto-Ultima is weird. Proto-Ultima was a weird fight.
Ultima.
Proto-Ultima
I
was
don't understand why Ultima. Like, I don't remember.
It was a FanFest trial, I believe.
Was it?
Yeah, it was like the Asura, or the... I don't remember what it was for Shadowbringers, but like there was, you know... And then they...
I don't know. I don't know how I feel. It feels like it doesn't...
Yeah, it's out of place, right?
Yeah, it doesn't. It feels like it doesn't fit.
But like... But the fight is fine.
It's cool.
Yeah,
there's nothing wrong with it.
It feels a
It's
lot
just so
more...
weird.
It feels a lot more like a, like one of those mini boss ads rooms
Yeah.
than a full boss.
It definitely does.
It has pretty intense mechanics for something like that, but it dies really fast and it doesn't do very much damage.
Yeah.
So it kind of ends up being whatever, and nothing is particularly special about it, I don't think.
No, it's like
it's
I mean,
Ultima,
it's
but it's
kinda
untargetable for
different
Apatite,
from-
right?
Ultima. Yeah, there's like the Ethereal modulator.
Yeah, it
stuff.
spawns the ads, the
A little
dreadnoughts.
different. It's
From
like
Coils!
collecting-
Coils!
And Supernova. I don't think Ultima's
That's
ever
the-
cast Supernova.
Yeah, it's
before.
just cast Supernova instead of Ultima.
Mhm. It is really funny though, like hearing the Weeping Moth music and then it just changes to.
Yeah. It's I might need to redo Sky Pirates. They might bring it up, but it also might just be a weird out of place thing that is there.
Yeah, I don't remember the story of the Sky Pirates at all.
Yeah, I don't either.
So maybe
Snowbird will figure it out.
I'm sure Snowbird will help us.
Scathach, I remember hating the first time I did it because she's hard. She's a hard
She is
fight.
hard. Yeah.
She
I
just
didn't
has a lot of
understand the longest time.
There's still some telegraphs that just catch me off guard because I don't remember them.
Yeah.
That's the whole fight, right? Is she has a lot of look at the boss, figure out what she's trying to tell you with her telegraphs. They're not always exactly clear, but once you know them, you would know them. And that weirdly enough is sometimes just hard enough.
Yeah. Is she
that-
the first one with the orbs? That like the big orbs that follow you?
Oh, that like knock you around if you touch them?
Yeah.
I think she might be.
I think she is. But I could also be wrong and forgetting some other fight.
That
Like
feels
Alexander.
that feels very Heavensward, that sort of thing.
It
right?
is very heavy. Yeah.
She has
And
like
then-
that. She spawns that one ad that one time. Yeah. You gotta pull away
Yeah.
from her.
The Ponla ad.
Yeah, but really, like, there is a lot of stuff. There's the hands that like follow you. Those are
yeah,
cool.
the shadow limbs.
Yeah. But the thing that I remember about this fight is her just random untelegraphed filler. Like that is the stuff that
Yep.
makes this fight so
And
interesting.
then the ad phase, because
Yeah.
for interesting little ads, they're like chimeras. They're
Oh
like little
yeah, and
plushies.
they have like actual chimera moves, right? They have like
Yeah.
Ram's voice and stuff.
But they look like plushies, and I think that's
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah. No, she's cool. She's a cool boss. She's one of the. She's just one of those fast-paced, high execution, fun little Alliance Raid fights, and she will punish you extremely hard for fucking up. The Von Stack Collector. It's me.
That's her. That's her. She
Yeah.
gives out free Von stacks,
Here you go.
and then she's like,
One Von
"Oh,
stack."
now I'm dead."
Yeah, and she feels epic enough to be the final boss of the raid, which is pretty
She
cool.
does.
She's not, but she could be, and that's I think says a lot about her, right?
Yup.
The final boss of the raid is Diablos, and fuck. This fight is good. This fight is good. This
It's
is
really
100%
good.
my favorite fight up until this point. At least of what we're talked about. Diablos far and away is my favorite.
This is another one where it has like, there's so much to this fight that you could like go through the whole fight multiple times and still learn new things.
Absolutely.
I like that. I love
Absolutely. Hey, that tank buster. Can we have a discussion about the Diablo's tank buster?
that. What do you mean? What's wrong with the tank buster?
It hits so hard. So hard!
Do you know how many tanks I've watched die to that tank
I'm
buster?
sure every single tank you've ever had, like, even if they really know what they're doing and they mitigate it, it just kills you.
Yep.
It does so much damage! You know, once again, tank player, here for it. Here for it. Kill me, please.
Healer player, please.
Yes.
Make me heal my tank.
And then you get to phase 2, and it starts to hit harder. It starts to hit harder because he gets 100% crit chance on it.
Yeah, because he absorbed Scathach. It's great. I love it.
That transition.
He has 100% crit chance on all attacks.
He just always crits. He just always crits in phase 3. That transition is so fucking good. Where everybody's just sitting and smacking the gate, and people gotta kill the little gates. It's
so good.
I don't think the DPS check is actually very tight at all. But every single time I take a new friend through it,
yeah,
the reaction that I elicit from them when they go, "Oh, this thing is dying so fast," and then they kill it, and then it has full health again.
Yep.
And they go,
yep.
"Oh."
Oh.
And then you do it 5 more times, and it keeps doing it.
Yep. Yep.
I cannot wait for this chaotic. I cannot wait for this chaotic raid. There's
the death gate afterwards too.
Yes, I didn't know it existed until like my 4th time through here.
Either.
And it
like,
yoinked
you can
me
go
in.
into the diabolic gate. Yes. Yes. I
Going-
didn't know either. And you have to go in there and kill the ad, or else he will continue to murder everyone. It's great. I love it.
There's so much going on, and there is so much damage. This is also for sure the first instance of a gaze on a player.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And-
well, no, cause Shriek. Like it's literally just Shriek.
I guess it's Shriek, but it's Shriek isn't a you have to. Shriek is like an ecliptic meteor, more than this, right?
Well, no, because it petrifies, really.
I guess, but you just don't look at the gaze. If you don't look at Shriek, you still get petrified.
Yep. I guess that's true. Yeah, you make a good point.
Yeah, it's hide behind the rock as opposed to don't look, right?
Yep. Hide behind the rock.
Fuck Shriek. I hate Shriek. Yeah, and there's a lot of this fight, but it's all like there's stack markers and spreads and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's a lot of what makes this fight so interesting is just how much damage it does. Not only to the whole ass alliance, but also to me. Ow! Ow!
It's one of the first fights as like a healer where you actually have to like keep an eye on everyone's health and make sure no one. Watch your tank, babysit your tank. The tank has no choice here.
Please. Oh, my bits are on cooldown. I am going to explode.
Throw your
Hollow
bit on that
Kamisado
tank.
hits for 25k without crit, with no bit. So, meaning it crits for like somewhere in the 40s. And how much health do tanks have at 60?
That's a great question.
Not that much.
I don't think it's that much either, yeah.
Not very much at all. And on top of that, because he absorbed Scathach, he like yoinked all of her untelegraphed AoEs.
Yep.
That he also just does.
It's so funny because at the beginning he will repeatedly cast Hollow Kamisado. He does it like 3 times.
Yeah.
He spams it.
Is he paying attention to the tank?
He says, "This is my strongest move. I will kill you now."
It's like, I don't know why people always wait until the end to use all their crazy attacks. I'm just gonna do it now.
Yep. Bug waiting till I'm almost dead. I'm gonna do it.
Diablo's canonically the smartest villain in 14.
Yep.
What if I just enraged now?
This is another one I want to see, because it says on the wiki that if you don't kill the ad, the mechanic will wipe the party for the Diabolic Gate.
We might get to see it in Chaotic!
I want to see what happens if we don't.
Alright, how you doing on time, Semi? We can make this into a part 2 if we need.
I could make this a part 2. I'm honest, I don't have anything to do.
Yeah, I gotta go in like 2 hours. But I think we'll be okay.
Sounds good.
We're like halfway there, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. We get to move on to Stormblood. Yay!
Love Stormblood!
These are my favorites. I've gone out of the way to say this a few times. These are my favorite alliance raids. All 3 of these, I think, are pretty damn peak.
I agree that they are peak. They are not my favorite, though.
That's fair. I know what yours are.
Yeah.
I also have played Tactics now. I've played Tactics.
I'm sure Tactics.
I get a lot of the references. I still haven't played 12,
Yeah.
so there's still definitely stuff I'm missing. But I know who a lot of the characters are now, and that I get another layer. I get another layer to what were already my favorite raids.
Yes.
Mateus is the first boss of Royal City of Rabanastre.
Yeah.
Royal City's probably my least favorite of the 3. But it's still really good. I think this is the only one that isn't in my like top 3 alliance raids. It's probably like 4. But
this one is up there. There's just some things that the other 2 do so good.
Insane, right?
Like,
yeah.
so amazingly better that it's a really good first alliance raid, I think.
For sure.
The entire series.
Mateus is not my favorite fight.
I don't really like Mateus because it's just
It's very unclear.
I feel it's very uncertain what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, it's I know now you're supposed to, get pop the sphere, not let the dancer touch them.
You're supposed to get soaked in the puddle.
Yeah.
Yep.
But not I don't know. I might like this guy more once I play 12 because he is a 12 reference. I like the underwater phase where he puts you underwater and you gotta kill the toads so you can breathe. That one's cool. Yep. But like that first phase is pretty uninteresting and you skip the last phase. There is that one pretty cool thing where he puts flares all over the arena and you have to run to the corner. That one's aight. It's fine.
I have seen this a couple times.
Yeah, you just skip it though, right? The last phase?
Yeah, for the most part you skip it.
Yeah, if you see it, it's very
Unless
little.
your damage is like very bad, yeah.
You see that the Azure spawn and then that's it.
You'll see the tethers and that's it, yeah. You won't see anything else really.
Yeah. It's not a bad boss. It's better than all of the, Crystal Tower ones. And a lot of the other ones as well. But like it's just in my mind I'm comparing it to the rest of the Evil East raids, and I think in that sense it's very underwhelming.
It is,
You know who isn't underwhelming? Hashmal.
The red chocobos in between Hashmal.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, they're fine.
You don't like the red chocobos?
No, I they're more ads. It's just an ad phase. I like red chocobos. I think they're cool. I like the mimics. Those are fine. It's an ad phase. It's more ads.
Ads.
It's definitely more interesting than a lot of ad phases. Because you got flares.
It is.
And stuff you gotta do, but...
You gotta move. Because the red chocobos are summoning meteors.
Yep. Hashmal. Hashmal is not a pushover. A lot of wipes. A lot of wipes on this boss.
There are a lot of wipes.
People don't kill the spheres.
Geos.
Yeah.
Like, God, years ago now. This boss is the reason he hates this raid. Like, this was his number one hated raid. Because they wouldn't kill the sand orbs, and you would just wipe instantly, and we wiped like 3 times to that boss.
Listen, that sounds like a skill issue to me.
It was. I agree.
I like this fight. I think this fight's good.
I do too.
I definitely understand the frustration with the spheres. I get it. It's an annoying thing, but also I think fights should have mechanics that force the
agree.
alliances to separate and deal with it.
I also think it's cool that he summons like a huge fucking tower.
Yeah! I like that he plays the slices right with you. All those hours in the gold saucer finally paying off. That's just pretty cool. Fight also hurts. He does damage.
Yeah?
Got
He
chunks.
does.
Especially that big half room cleave.
Yeah.
People unprepared for that blow up. And then there's the weird ads, which are like kind of whatever. The golems.
Yeah.
They have the nail property though, where if you pull them together, they become big golem, and then you wipe.
We love that.
Yep.
We don't love that.
No. But like you never see it.
That's
You
true.
you basically never see the golems anymore, and if you do, they die so fast. I don't know if it's a you bring them together and they grow. Here it says they just grow over time, so it might just be an enrage. But
yeah, maybe like a slow enrage.
it's something though. It's something.
It's something that you have to deal with, or else we all die.
The spheres are definitely the big thing though. Separating into 3 alliances, each one kills a sphere. It's that simple. But when people are unaware of it, you just use that.
Yep, when people are focusing on the tower and the boss and not the spears, dead.
Yep. It also becomes very easy to tunnel vision on the tower because the spheres are behind you.
Yep. They're actually kind of hard to see too with like the AoE as well. They like blend in with the AoE that the tower spawns. So it's understandable.
Yeah. That's like it. That's the fight.
That's it, yeah.
It has the slices right, which is great. It's got ads, which are fine. It's got a big cleave, and it's got punishment. I'm a fan.
Yay! Punishment.
Rofocale. The chariot guy. This is the one I always forget. I always forget this boss exists.
Before we talk about this boss though, can we talk about like the little like walk to the boss? I think it's really cool. I like it. Where like it separates, like you're in the sewers and it separates the alliance.
Oh, and you gotta slip,
Yeah.
And y'all gotta meet up again. Yeah.
Yeah, and like, and there's also like little notes too for you to read. But so you have to like redo it in different alliances to get all the lore. I like it. I think it's cool.
Yeah.
Semi lore brain think it's really cool.
definitely approve of that. Would rather a cool spectacle like that than an ads room.
Exactly.
Definitely, just like let my cooldowns realign and let me take in some sights and then let's fight the next boss. For sure. Agreed.
That's all I want in life. I don't need ads. I just want cool spectacles.
I just want pretty.
Pretty.
She says about her trip through the sewer.
A sewer.
Yeah. I mean, once again, might be a 12 reference.
It is. It's like in the beginning of the game, really, where you go through the sewers.
Rofocale.
I know, because I played that much.
Hell yeah!
Finished it though.
I'll get there. Soon.
I will do.
Finish tactics. Rebirth 10. Maybe something with 11, maybe 12. I don't know. Yeah, that's next. Rebirth is next. Rofocale. Talk about the stupid chariot guy. I always forget this boss exists. I always forget this when I'm like going through the bosses in my brain. Rofocale is never the first one I think about.
Yeah, same.
I don't think he's bad though.
Is he voiced? I don't think he's voiced. I know the final boss is voiced.
Yeah, I don't think he is.
Yeah, I don't think he's voiced. Cause I'm looking at the wiki and it's like he gives a little speech of I
but I think it's
shadows,
just text.
My lance has transfixed your very soul.
Yeah.
That would have been cool though.
I'm glad they voice act their aids now.
Yeah, I'm so glad they do. And like they put like in Fru, the silence and stillness.
Yes.
I like that. The tells are like the voice lines. I think that's cool.
I agree. I understand why they don't do it all the time, but I agree.
Little ones like that I think are good.
I feel like the only thing about this fight that I find particularly memorable are the traps.
Yeah.
Those are pretty cool.
For me, it's the like it doesn't really matter now, but the tank buster where you have to like Asuna before.
Yeah.
The big
crush,
kickers out?
crush whatever. Crush something or other.
Yeah. Crush Helm.
Yeah.
That's it. I thought that was really cool. That was
They
like one of
use
those
that.
healer moments where it's like, oh my god, I'm useful.
They use that in a lot of Evil East fights, and it's always good.
They do.
Even in, you never did this fight, but P12, P2 has the same kick
yeah.
buster.
Man, I should have fucking done P2.
I mean, I think it just gets invuled again, but yeah.
Man, stop invoting the fun things.
That's what I'm saying. Just take him out. Just take him out of the game. It's like blazing hot take. Just remove them. Thanks, Pun, for that blazing hot take.
Thanks.
It's a good one. It's a good blazing hot take.
I agree. I think it would help with making healers feel more needed.
Agreed.
And not
Agreed.
freaking. I feel so useless.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I apologize.
It's I mean, it's not your fault.
They'll
I
take,
get it.
They'll
It
take
makes
the
it
regen off
easier.
Galtron one day. No, they won't. They'll never do that.
I'm so useless. It's okay. I'm not gonna be healer for long.
Oh, the ad space in this fight is pretty cool. That's the thing we can talk about.
Oh yeah, the one, like little floor things.
He traps each alliance in the little dome with a demon, and then he runs around the arena, and he's either on the inside or the outside when he gets to you, and you have to be on the correct side, or he knocks you into the fucking sky.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
and
like
then,
how you're supposed to run to the edge of the arena, but no one runs.
No one ever does, yeah.
Anymore.
There's that thing that I think you were talking about where it turns everything dark and you gotta click on all the sigils.
Yeah, yep.
I have to oppose to that mechanic on principle because I hate interacting with things in the middle of fights. I hate it.
That's fair.
I hate it
I
always.
Get that. I wish it was just that you stand on it for like a certain amount of time.
Yeah, that's what it
and
should
then
be.
It gets
For
good.
sure. Just ever since Leviathan, I've never been able to forgive such a sin.
That's fair. I understand.
It's cool exactly one time. Susano. It's cool in Susano.
Yep.
Nowhere else. I guess Varus by extension. That's the same thing, right?
Yeah, Varus. Yep.
I've never done that fight. I wouldn't know. That's like it. That's like this fight.
Yeah, it has like cool names, like Pomp and Circumstance.
It does. I really. It does the half room cleaves that are very fast. It does do those. And those like.
I like how they're targeted to a player.
Yeah.
Like he dashes to a player and then he'll like turn around and then do the half.
I have 100% killed people not understanding that and pulled the boss like all the way to the side and just cleaved the entire.
Yep.
Yep. It's a boss that
it's a learning passage.
Yeah, it makes you feel very stupid, this boss. When you do something like that, or when you step on a trap, or get hit by trample.
It's very fair though, because it's like I feel like it's like the first time we see a lot of these things in 14. But it's so good. It's so good. Be dumb. It's okay to be dumb.
Yeah.
We are all dumb.
I love when the fights make you feel. Dontrell has done a good job, I will say, of making you feel dumb. Black Cat.
Yeah, Black Cat.
Sending you out into the void when you mess it up. Presh as well in the Alliance raid. And then you land on the spikes and your butt hurts. We'll get there though.
Yes! Yes!
We gotta talk about Argath. I love Argath. I love this fight.
I have mixed feelings about this fight,
do you?
honestly.
I like this fight a lot more also now that I've played Tactics. Now that I know who Argath is.
I like the chicken. When you told me that chicken,
that's a tactics mechanic.
That blew my mind.
Yeah,
that is a tactics mechanic. I was like, oh.
Because I'm sure it says it on the wiki. The name of the debuff is like cowardice or something. Unnerved? Yeah, unnerved. And then you get crave.
You turned into a chicken.
Yeah, crave as in craven, like you're afraid of things. Because if your bravery gets reduced below 10 in FF Tactics, you turn into a chicken. And so that mechanic is him reducing your bravery.
That's cute. That's adorable. I love that.
Yeah, it's a big reference. It's a cool big reference. And a lot of he's like without getting too spoilery about tactics, Argath is a classist asshole. Is like his whole character. So when he has mechanics called like, yeah,
on his vote lines, and I like that. I do like
royal blood, you know. Judgment Blade is a tactics move. Like there's a lot of trepidation. The meteor thing that he does, that's a action and tactics for Mystic. He just has a lot. Crush Weapon once again. Mystic Knight move. Mystic Knight, Divine Knight. And there's a lot of tactics references that bring me a lot of joy. That's like the big thing. And on top, there was one other thing I wanted to bring up, but I don't remember what it was. Oh! Remember when he spawns ads during like the Crystal Killy phase? When he spawns ads? Those ads are him. Those are his human form.
They are?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yes,
That's
I
cool.
found that out recently. I looked at him, and I was like, holy shit, that's him.
That's cute.
That's Argath.
That's adorable.
Yeah. Little blonde
bitch. I think I would enjoy this fight a lot more if I played tactics.
I haven't talked about the mechanics at all. I've literally just talked about references, so yeah.
Yeah, from like a 14 perspective of just looking at the mechanics, it's like, this is cool.
I suppose that is fair. I really like his like main thing of like the demon face, angel face.
Yeah, I like that too. I think that I want to say this is like the first time.
Maybe.
I don't think it's the first time. I don't know. I do think it's the first time they've done like a do like a face on the screen.
Yeah.
Like it's not really like
an overlay indicator. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like an overlay. Yep.
And I like the punishment for it as well.
I do too.
It's the chicken, but
I do like
it's good. I think honestly, being punished in normal content with like unable to take action, I think is solid.
I think that's
a solid punishment.
I think that's good.
It's not like Vuln stacks do a whole lot, as we know by Scafatch, right? Damage downs are just rude. So I think a mechanic that just takes away your control if you fuck it up is fine. I don't mind that at all. I also like the mech that puts the Confusey Walk on you.
Yeah.
And you gotta get all the way to the corner. That one's pretty good. I think that might be the first use of that.
It might be.
It's up there.
Like,
there might be one in like a Stormblood dungeon or
I'm
something.
about it.
Yeah.
I like it. I think it's cool, but it's kind of like annoying at times when you're trying to go forward.
Maybe I've just done too much Blunderville. Maybe have Stockholm Syndrome.
I never won Blunderville.
I did it on Snowbird because I said I had to.
Wait, I think I did. I did win it one time, but I cheated. I didn't really cheat. Like, okay, do you remember the glitch when it would like it would let you in with just like one or two people?
One people, yeah. You got it that way?
That happened, and I won that way.
I mean, that's, you take it. We take this.
That's my cheat win.
But yeah, that's Royal City. Royal City's a solid raid. It's solid. I agree that it's definitely not the best. Those could, like, right now. But it's fine. It's a solid raid. I would put it...
Now that I'm, like, thinking about it, I think I honestly like the Rolfical. Is that his name?
Rolficale? I don't know.
Rolficale.
I got no clue.
I think...
Not a tactics guy.
Yep. I like him better than the final boss, honestly.
You think so?
I think I've always liked him.
I might also.
Like I like the final boss. I don't know why. I like I just like his mechanics and his aesthetic so much more.
That's fair. That's fair. I would put this raid probably like
a visual and like a mechanic thing for me. It's not a lore.
I think this raid is about Weeping City tier.
Yeah.
I don't think it's quite Dunscape. It's definitely better than everything else.
Yep.
But I would put it Weeping City tier. About the same. Ritter on a Lighthouse, on the other hand, is fucking insane good. I love this raid.
I love this raid too.
Fanfrit, the darkening cloud. My guy, my pal, my buddy.
I love him.
Tsunami,
Okay.
right? Let's just get it out of the way. Tsunami.
Yes.
This guy points his big vase in a direction, and if you get caught out by that, you're dead. You are dead. Yeah.
I love it. I love that so many of these bosses are also in Baja.
Yes, agreed.
Like it's not just this one. There's like I think the clock dude is in Baja too.
Because of the lore, yeah.
It is because of the lore, and I love it. It makes me so happy.
The clock dude is the boss in Tactics that you might hate.
Great.
Fuck that guy.
Fuck.
Fanfrit, I think, is from a different Tactics game. I don't think he's from Tactics. I think he's from A2 or something.
He might be. I don't know.
The fight is fun though. The fight is really fun.
It's a fun fight.
Tsunami by itself is pretty easy to avoid. It's just a quarter of the room don't be there. However,
unless someone rescues you.
unless someone rescues you. When you have to dodge the like cannonade AoEs and the little water tornadoes that are going all around, and the dark rain circles that are everywhere, and all of the ads that are all over the place, it becomes very easy to lose track of the boss doing Tsunami.
And the briny cannonade, where like it marks a player, but you'd have no clue who's marked. not even the one who is marked has any idea that they're marked.
Yep.
It's great.
And then it's the everyone else gets the triangle, right? Is how you tell.
Maybe, yeah. I think that sounds right.
Or is that the other cannonade? I don't remember.
That's the other cannonade.
There's a lot going on in this fight, but all of it serves to simply distract you from Tsunami. That is that is the purpose of everything else.
Yep.
Is to be like, hey, you have to dodge this. Hey, you have to dodge this. Hey, you have to dodge this. Did you remember the Tsunami? Did you remember it was coming? Did you remember it's here? No? Okay.
Yep.
It's a fun, like, centralization around one mechanic that doesn't really exist in a whole lot of other places.
Yep.
And then he has a tank buster called Tide Pod. he always does have a buster called Tide Pod.
Eat the Tide Pod. Please don't eat the Tide Pod. Unless it's a tank buster Tide Pod, then you can eat the Tide Pod.
Then you can eat that, but only if you're a tank. But only if you're a tank.
But only if you're a tank.
That fight's good. I am a big fan. Big fan of Fanfrit.
I am also a big fan of Fanfrit.
I'm also a big fan of Goliath.
Me too.
I like this boss too.
You can do a lot of evil
trolling.
things with this one. Yep, a lot of trolling.
It's true. I didn't understand how the tethers worked for a really long time in this fight. I didn't get it.
Yeah.
You just have to make them small. You just gotta make the tethers small, because if people walk through them, they get slowed. That's it.
Or you can be a little troll.
You can run around in a big circle and hit everybody.
Your friend, and get him.
Yep. Time bomb, I think is what it's called, with the clock faces that you have to manually change yourself. Face them away from the party. That's another one that you get a lot of. Hey, if you don't understand this mech,
don't touch it.
Don't touch it.
Don't do it. There's an ad phase too.
There is an ad phase. The ad phase is a reference to the boss fight in Tactics.
Is
Because
it?
he summons the same ads. The same
That's crazy.
fucking ads. Yep.
You also have to keep them away from each other in Tactics?
No.
Oh.
They just are there to kill you. But it's one of those, they just get a pull down, right? They just become very hard to kill if you don't.
Yep.
For sure. And that's kind of it. That's like the whole fight. Oh, he does the dashes. His dashes are awesome.
The dashes.
His dashes are really cool.
I do like the dashes.
I wish more dive bombs worked like his.
Did we talk about the time eruption also? The one with the fast and slow hands?
Oh, we didn't. Those are awesome too.
Yeah, I really like them.
It's just a simple AoE indicator, but it's a really cool way of doing it.
It is. I love it.
I think it's cool here. I think it's really cool in the Ultima fight in the next raid.
Yeah.
I mean, that shit is awesome. But that's like it. That's like it.
Yep.
This fight is good too. This fight is just a really solid fight with a lot of player interaction with each other. Read PvP.
Yep. We love
that's
PvP.
and yeah, that's him.
Yep.
That's the boy. It's Goliath. My guy, my pal. Fuck you. Your fight's awesome.
I love it.
Construct
I don't know what you
7.
do.
Construct
The
7.
before this one.
Oh, the
I hate the ads
clockwork
before
guys.
this one. Yeah, I don't like it at all. They have like the hardest hitting tank busters. I think
They do. They hit
ads have ever
really
had.
hard.
They
I
hit
don't,
very hard.
I don't hate them as far as ad
They're
phases go.
just
At least at least it's more interesting than just a dungeon pull.
That's
you know,
true.
like you gotta kill the
that's very true.
things. You gotta kill the things they're tethered to or they're invincible. I like everyone dumping their LBs. That's always fun.
Yeah.
Like it's another
Yeah.
ads phase. It's pretty lame, but
There's
it's
not much
could
to
be
talk about,
worse.
but it,
Could be worse.
I just know people are gonna be like, you didn't talk about the ads phase.
There, we talked about the ads phase. There's the ads. They're there. Clockwork.
There, we did it. We know it's there. Don't think we didn't forget it.
Construct
They're
7. Moving on to
They're
better
just-
things.
Okay,
Uh,
but also I have one more thing before
yeah.
we talk about this, because on the run there's like little notes
Yes, that are talking
you
about
can read
what
that
prime
tell you
numbers
the
are.
numbers.
Yeah.
I love them. To tell you what the prime numbers are, they
Specifically
tell you the
notes.
multiples of 4 and the multiples of 3. I love it.
0 is not a prime number.
0 is not a prime number, nor is 1. 1 is not a prime number.
So, Construct 8 is a party member in tactics that you can get.
Oh,
Construct 7 is a boss that you can fight, who is very similar to Construct 8, obviously. As far as I know, as far as I could tell,
Yeah.
the number math thing is not specifically a reference to Construct 7 or 8. It is a reference to the arithmetician or calculator job in tactics that requires you to do stuff like calibrate vitals to primes. Yeah.
Yep.
It's like you can go, okay, I would like to target any enemy between heights 2 and 7 with a prime number as their XP digit with flare. And then you hit every single thing on the map with the height value between 2 and 7 and an XP value as a prime number with flare. And that's how the job works. And it's pretty cool, but I didn't fuck with it because I'm bad at math.
That's fair. I don't blame you. I will fuck with it just so I can fuck with it, but I will probably be terrible with it.
Destroy, pulverize, and compress are direct references to moves that Construct 8 gets as a party member. That's a pretty cool thing. And when you fight Construct 8, I think it says like activating Annihilation mode, and that's like a reference as well. Dispose is also a move that he gets. That's the spinny thing, right?
Yes.
Cool. And then once again, I think computation mode is also the job, just a reference to the job. Like
That's yeah. What's the one that... Is it not in this fight? Am I thinking of something else? No, it is, because he does his dance when you do it on time. He, like, sends you into ad phase.
Oh, yes! The little baby constructs that you gotta fight?
Yeah!
Those are cool. I forget about that phase all the
They
time, but
are
that is
cool.
really cool. Very Ozma coded, right?
It is. I think it's really cool. Like, each one has different mechanics. Like, you either have to be on top of each other or spread.
Yep. One
Like
has acceleration bombs.
bombs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. That's the one I always remember.
Yep.
And the dancing I forgot about. That's a reference.
Yeah!
That's a tactics reference.
I love his dancing. And if you go back to him at the end of the
Yeah,
raid,
we went.
he's still dancing.
You and me
I
went.
love
We
it.
did that a couple years ago.
did.
Yeah.
We did.
Um.
I
when
love that they
you-
made him a mount too.
Yes. Oh my god, it's one of my
love him
favorites.
so
It's one of my
much.
favorite mounts.
Yes.
When you get, and the mount is Construct 8, which is the party member in tactics.
No, it's Construct 14.
Or is it 14? I might be wrong.
Yeah.
I might be wrong as shit. Why the fuck is it 8?
I checked because I thought that would be so cute if it was Construct 8.
Ah, damn.
But it is 14, unfortunately.
That's so true. Oh,
I guess
because
'cause
it's
it's a
in
14
14.
Yeah, it's in Final Fantasy 14.
The dancing is a reference.
Doesn't he dance?
When you get him as a party member, it's like, I'm coded to you, master, and Rams is all like, oh, will you dance? It's like, give it a command, and Rams is like, dance, and he does the dance. And then he says, kill Mustadio. It's constructing, and they play it off as funny, but he like shoots that man. I don't. Anyway.
Construct 8. Holy shit.
Yeah, Tactics is a very good game. Everybody should play Tactics.
I want to play Tactics, though. I gotta play it.
And then we have Yzmat. Is there ads? I don't think there's ads.
No, there's no ads.
You just go right out the door and Yzmat's right there, right?
Yep.
I haven't played 12. Yzmat's the super boss in 12.
The Empire is a cancer.
The Empire is a cancer! Yay.
And I'm the barber's blade.
I'll tear you limb from limb! That's my favorite one.
That's a good one. Your suffering is not over yet. It's not yet over.
I like how much health he has, and then you kill his heart, and it drops by like 80%. That's pretty funny.
Yep.
That's, you know, big reference to 12, where the boss takes like 8 hours to kill, or something.
Yep. I like the dust storm and like the
yes, dust storm is very cool.
magnetic Lisa's
Agony and sorrow.
Exactly.
Yeah, great voice
You
lines.
would not know mercy. The voice lines are
Fantastic
amazing.
voice lines. I think my only real issue with this boss is how slow it is. It takes a long time.
I agree.
It's
like,
part of the joke. It's part of the reference.
Yep.
But
and
like,
ad
fuck.
phase.
Yeah, ad phase.
I don't like the
takes
ad
so long.
phase of this fight.
I
wish it was just art.
You're right. The ad phase doesn't feel like it adds anything. I totally agree.
Doesn't.
I also don't love when he uses I think it's Dust Storm at the end of the magnetic laces when he like picks everyone else up and puts them down.
Oh, Cyclone.
Yeah.
I think is what it's called.
I like that it requires you to be on the right side. I don't love that it just like picks you up and drops you. Like, I don't get it. It doesn't feel like it does anything. It just picks you up and puts you down.
Like it's not well, like if you're on the wrong one, it will fling you out of the arena and kill you.
Yeah, and that's great, and I love that.
Good.
But I feel like
But
if
when
you
you're
do
on the
it,
right one, yeah.
if you do it right, it just shouldn't pick you up, right? Because you're magnetized.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm nitpicking. That has bothered me for a very long time. And then like what else? It does like rake, which is cool, where he like runs across the arena and then turns and runs across the arena. That shit's pretty cool.
Rake is so funny.
And
like
then when he gets like a knife through butter. Then when in phase 3 he like doubles the speed at which he does it.
Yeah. It's a fun fight. It's a fun fight. It's very long.
It's very long. And it makes Ritterana Lighthouse feel very long, even though I don't think it is. I don't think it's that long a raid. But Yzmat just takes up a lot of time. Yeah.
Yep. His actual HP is 20%.
The 20% what it shows?
Yep. He has greatly inflated HP due to his one dragon buff. The one dragon.
Man, just one dragon? We killed like 50 in Avatar.
I know. Fucking coils, man. You know how many dragons that we killed in coils?
A lot of dragons. The Bahamut fight alone, you kill like 6.
Mm-hmm.
Twintadia alone, you kill 4. God. Yeah, and that's Ritterana Lighthouse. Good ass raid. Good ass raid.
I agree.
Big fan. Big like.
This next one's my favorite.
Yeah, I think it's my favorite as well. This might just be my straight up favorite Lancerd.
That's fair.
I adore this fight. Fight? Raid. Whatever. Whole thing. Whole thing's good. Whole thing is good. Mustadia. Rad. Rad fight.
I think he's a very good starting boss. I like him.
My name is Mustadia Bonanza. You killed my father. Prepare to die. That's not what he says, but like, what if he did?
Did we kill his father?
No.
Did we actually?
No, but like, it just has the same vibe.
It does.
Left hand gun, right hand gun, cleaves.
Yeah.
Tank busters, raid wides. And then he starts spawning shit on the sides of the arena. Spawns constructs and the the satellite beam drones for machinists.
Yeah.
And just starts cutting off huge, enormous chunks of the arena. He drops landmines on people. That shit's cool.
And then, God, can't forget about...
Show hole.
What is it called? Analysis?
Yeah.
Last Testament, yep.
Show hole.
Show your hole.
Show hole. I remember the first time I did this raid and wiping to that because nobody knew what to do. Not a single person showed him their hole. And he killed them all for it. What a motherfucker.
Yep.
Good, cool guy, cool fight. That's kind of everything. That's kind of everything. Voice lines. This whole raid being voice acted is so peak.
It's so great.
It's so peak.
It's amazing.
Oh, I forgot about the like tracking missiles that like with that move along the floor. Those get used a lot in later fights. This isn't the first time it's used. It was used in like Alamigo, I think. The Scorpion tank uses it. But like...
Oh yeah, I think so.
Yeah. But like, the fact that there's like 6 of them here is pretty good. Yeah, it's a first fight. It doesn't do a whole lot that's absolutely insane. But it's fast and frantic, and he has great voice lines. Yeah.
This is gonna be a bit harder than the lighthouse.
This is gonna be a little bit harder. Yep.
This fight is so hard we had to fucking nerf it.
Sammy, I'm just realizing we got through the whole Construct 8 discussion without talking about math.
Ooh.
How did we manage that?
How did we do that? I thought we did talk about it.
We talked about it being a reference. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the notes, but we didn't talk about the like mechanic itself, which is so good.
It is. It's the best mechanic. I love that mechanic so much.
Yeah. Math is good. Yay, math.
Math is good.
Calibrate vitals to primes.
Yep. Calibrate vitals to primes. Calibrate vitals to multiples of 4 or 3. It's great. I love it.
Watching people learn that 1 is not a prime number. That's pretty good. That's fun.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah, and I think that's all we need to say about it. It's fun. It's awesome. It asks something of you that no other raid in the entire game has ever and will ever ask of you again.
And then the heal check like immediately after because it
does
sets your health back to normal.
Yep.
Yep.
He just leaves it where it is. Yep.
And if they have bone stacks, they're gonna die immediately if they're not full health. It's great.
Okay.
It's great.
Agrius. This fight has probably grown on me more than any other fight in the entire game.
I like this fight. I've always hated the ad phase, but like it's grown on me.
I like it more now than I used to.
Yeah. Exactly.
I think I used to hate it because I was the one who got crystallized like 8 times in a row. It's like I never get to do anything, man. But like I can't hate on Titan. I can't love Titan jails and not at least give this like a passing thought.
This one's cool because you have to like get a sword to break everyone out, and it's not like it's like a one-hit kill, not really like a.
It's also
DPS it down.
It's also an FF Tactics reference.
Good. I approve.
Yep. It's Cleansing Strike, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I believe Cleansing Strike might be the silence in Tactics, but I think one of the Holy Knight moves that she uses is a immobilize in Tactics. So it will, you know, immobilize you.
Yep.
Like that.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Just like that. Oh, even before we see that, the one where you have to pick up the shield.
Yeah.
And you have to press the shield, and you can't move. It took me forever to learn that you can't move after you pressed it.
It's like a paladin
Wings,
exactly.
Yep.
I was holding up my arm like I was blocking things. Yeah.
I could feel it. I could tell.
Yeah, and that's one of the more interesting ad phases in the game, I think.
Yeah, there's like I feel like there's so many different ads because like
is it just
one
swords
alliance...
and shields? Or
no, there's there's like the alliance that gets sucked into the void. And
they have to do stuff too. I totally forgot about that. Yeah, they have to do stuff too.
Yeah. And like, but like, it's supposed to be like every alliance gets to do it, I think. Because, like, as long as the fight goes, it, like, goes through each alliance. But you only really get to see one alliance go in there nowadays. You sometimes see the second one.
I do enjoy fights that are different on repeats because you're in a different alliance. I do like that. I think that is cool.
I like that too.
I don't love that one of the alliances has literally nothing to do but become freed.
Yeah.
But, like, it's still a really great idea. And the execution is not so painful as to be, like, tedious.
Yeah, and they kind of, like, I guess they kind of make up for the one group being stuck in the jails with the like, third ad phase, the swords and the shield.
Which are,
I think they make
one is great. I really like the sword and shield phase.
I didn't like it for the longest time because I didn't understand.
You don't get it, right? It's it's really complicated compared to literally every other ad phase.
Yep. But once you, like, get it, it's
really
like,
cool.
oh, this is actually really cool.
And to clarify, for those who don't know, she will tether to I think it's 2 people? It might be more than 2 people.
I think so.
But they're the people who have to use the shields, or she will shoot them to death. The other people can, you just stay away from them, and you have to kill the shield ads with the swords, and the sword ads with you yourself. And there's an enrage on that phase, right? Like, if you don't do that fast enough, she just kills you. She just evaporates the whole alliance.
She does a really cool voice line and then kills everyone.
The hearts of man are black with corruption and must needs be cleansed!
And must needs be cleansed!
Alright, you want to hear the story about that voice line?
I do.
Tactics has 2 versions. There's the PS1 version and the PSP version. I like the PSP version more for a lot of reasons, but the PS1 version has this really cool thing where when your characters use attacks, they will sometimes say a one-liner. They will say a thing.
Fire Emblem!
Yeah, like Fire Emblem, exactly.
Fire Emblem.
Like sometimes a black mage will be like, "I'll scorch you to cinders! Fire 3!" kind of deal, right?
Yeah.
And one of all of the Holy Knight things that Agrius and Cid say in this raid are all the Holy Knight lines for the moves that they use.
I love that.
So, like, the hearts of man are black with corruption and must needs be cleansed is yeah, like, they both say that because they're the incantations for their Holy Knight moves.
I love that.
Good stuff.
I love Cid. I love the...
Yeah, speaking of Cid, right?
It is my favorite boss in this raid because of how much he talks.
He does not shut up, it's true.
He doesn't. He's a yapper. Sometimes
are there ads in between Agrius
There are
and Cid?
ads.
What are
Ads.
they? What do you do?
Oh, goodness.
Are they the ones that, like, totem heads that blow up? No.
No. They have, like, a sword. They're, like...
Oh, the tall metal guy with the...
Yeah, tall metal guy. I don't remember their name.
I want to call it Nihiligo, but that's a Pokemon.
That is a Pokemon. I don't remember. I'd have to see them. Maybe... Oh, wait. There's a video I can really fast. No. This raid is so big, there's like 2 parts to it.
Yeah, it's a long raid. Does not feel like it, though. When you get a group that just goes through it, it feels very fast.
The Dark Crusader is what it's called.
Okay.
And that's the move it does, is like...
Oh, the move is Nihiligo.
Yeah.
Pokemon.
It summons the... You know the...
Yeah, the Great Google Library.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the
I remember.
Where it does the... Yep.
And you gotta get specific amount of people to stand on the button so they turn off. To not summon the extra ads. Yeah! That one's fine. I like that. Once again, cool with mini bosses. Like those.
Yeah. The next one.
Count Sidolphus Orlando.
Count Sidolphus Orlando. I love him.
This fight is so good. For a very long time, this was my favorite AR fight. For a very long time.
Because I love what, like, you actually have to have each group in, like, different spots all around the arena. It's like, I feel like this is the first time, it's not the first time because Ozma, but it's like one of the very few instances where you have like a donut arena with the alliances around the boss. I love it.
They're
I think it's
almost
cool.
always like peak fights. Weirdly
They are.
enough. We'll get to that Puppet's Bunker one. It is Puppet's Bunker, right? With the yeah. Sid. There's so much stuff here. This fight was nerfed, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, this was the one that needed to be nerfed.
I have never done it pre-nerf, but like it's still pretty hard, man. It's still a hard fight.
I'm glad they didn't like nerf it too much.
Yeah, it still definitely has teeth.
Yeah. I like that we still have to see the mechanics, we still have to do all of the things.
Dude, Cleansing Strike, reducing you to 1, and then requiring a full heal.
That was like one of the first times I was like, I fucking love healing.
Yep.
It was one of the first times I felt so needed and amazing, and like, oh my god, I'm good at this job.
Absolutely. It has those awesome telegraphs that just require you to look at the boss, know what to do with TG Holy Sword.
Yep.
Duskblade requiring just wordless communication of get in specific towers.
Yep.
The same like Ozma deal with the meteor spreading, but with Shadowblade requiring you to send someone way back there. There's just a lot of individual responsibility on top of a lot of punishment for fucking those responsibilities up. One of my absolute favorite mechanics. My headphones just died. I'm very sorry. Give me one moment. Say words. Okay, I think I fixed it. Think everything's okay? Alright, where were we? Tether. Tether. There's a tank buster right after the tether. So that everybody besides the tank has to take it, and then the tank doesn't blow up. Except they usually do, because I always end up having to take a couple because people didn't do it.
Yup. And then, also the Shadow Blade that follows a player.
Yes.
That was really funny, especially when, you run into another alliance with it.
It really is. It's a collection of a lot of mechanics that are very famous for obliterating Duty Finder, right?
Yep. And then God, there's like, I feel like there's like 2 different ad phases. The one that with the ice balls, and then the one where he takes you up and there's
into the
3
sky.
different little versions.
The one
of
in the sky I feel like is pretty standard, but the one with the like ice balls and the frostbite debuffs.
Yeah.
Those are interesting.
They are.
People don't forget about those like they forget about the Hashmaw balls.
They don't.
People like kill these. Maybe it's because of like the color distinction makes them so much easier to pick out, but
yeah, and like he like makes everything ice except for the one little circle around them. Well, there's like 2 different circles. It's always funny when you're on the wrong one that doesn't have an ad.
Yeah.
You just have to watch the poor melee try to get over there.
Okay, and then finally, there's no ads, right? You just go right in?
There's no ads, yeah.
You
just
jump in the
right
hole, yeah.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Ultima.
I don't know if you're looking at the wiki. There's so much to the wiki of this.
Oh, there is a lot, isn't there? Yeah.
Much.
She has a lot of mechs. She's a lot of mechanics.
She does. I feel she's chaos.
She's utter chaos. One of the biggest disappointments in this entire game for me is this fight being a just like chaotic hellscape of fun.
Yeah.
You have like all of the other like summoning all of the demis to do their own mechanics and fucking Grand Cross happening at the same time with the moving line AoEs. And then you get to P12 Phase 2.
Yep. I always feel bad for the healers and the red mage in this.
Yeah?
Because everyone dies to the chaos because it's so hard to stay alive. And the poor healers are just, that are like left alive, are just like slow resing everyone up for the big shield mechanic.
My favorite thing is when she makes you do a trio mechanic, like a real ass trio, with like Hashmal and Famfrit and Belias all going at the same time.
Yep.
But she's also targetable.
Yep.
But you also are incentivized to keep uptime. phenomenal. So
Keep
good.
your eye, but also run to the back of the arena because Goliath decided to be an asshole.
Yep, Goliath is an asshole, and Hashmal is cleaving the other half of the room, so you gotta go way to that far corner.
Yep.
And there's a few of those, right? She does those a few times.
Yeah, yeah, and then she'll like go untargetable and be a
and do
little
her
bitch.
transition thing. Yep. I haven't finished Tactics yet. I'm sure Ultima does exist in it. Because I've done this raid. I don't know if any of these are references specifically, but I will find out.
I want to say Ultima might be from 12.
Is Ultima from 12?
I could be wrong.
Maybe. This is all Tactics enemies. That was my thought process, but I didn't. Maybe.
Yeah, Ultima the High Seraph is 12.
Okay.
Oh, she's an optional Esper? Interesting.
Oh. Okay. Transition phase is rad. Transition phase is kind of awesome. Where you have to like run through the slowly collapsing pocket dimension while but you have to stop because you get acceleration bomb.
Oh,
and
that's
you gotta...
like later.
Oh, is that later?
Yeah, that's later. The transition is when the Mystadio, the 3 bosses we just defeated, come in their human forms.
Oh, you're right.
Healed.
That other part is later. She has another one of those. This boss is great. Yes,
great.
she has that awesome transition. That was one of the first times I felt like I was really useful on healer.
Yeah.
That transition phase, having to get everybody up, slow resing constantly, making sure people aren't dying to the slow ticks of damage that stop being slow after a certain point.
Yeah, the constant damage is so good.
It's just a little bit, and then it's not just a little bit anymore.
It's like, oh shit, you're actually dying.
Yeah, it's extremely cinematic, and there's actually stuff to do at the same time, even if it is just hit the boss and heal.
Yep.
Those can end up being a lot when you really need to push it.
Yep. And like having other things going on, it's why I love transitions that have like mechanics in it. Like they don't even need to be hard mechanics. I just want to do things while I'm watching cool things go.
I've been saying it for years.
I also was saying it for years.
I know we disagree strongly on how great Nail is as a phase. But can we both agree that transition is really solid?
Yeah, I do like that. I really do like the Heaven's Fall transition, and even the transition after into Bahamut.
Even it's just healing and a tank LB, but like that's more than a lot of transitions.
It's enough, and it's enough that you can do things and still see what is going on in the background with the bosses.
It's something that usually gets reserved for ultimates, unfortunately. But when it shows up in easier content like Alliance raids, it's always really wonderful. I want to specifically shout out M4S.
Yeah.
I'd like to give M4S transition a shout out for being really good. I agree. When fights have transitions that have mechanics, they are good. Fru doesn't have any of those, sadly.
Well, it does. I get it kind of is. It's like the add phase into PE3.
Oh, sure. I suppose. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, that does count. Yeah. You know, when I think of that thing, my brain goes to like limit cut T.
Oh, that's fair.
Or like time stop T. You know, those sorts of things, where it's like they're a little mechanic that you do between phases, and they're good. They're cool and fun. I think those are the best kinds, at least. T kind of nailed those two pretty perfectly.
T's a good fight.
T's a good fight.
Fru reminds me a lot of T, and that's what makes me love it.
Top also does that a few times.
Yeah.
Into P3 and then into P5 as well.
Yep.
Those are two. Does DSR ever?
Yes, technically with the eyes phase.
I guess eyes counts, yeah.
Yeah, and then the Thornton into the final phase with so much damage is going out.
Oh sure, yeah, that counts. Totally.
He does like multiple hits.
Yep. The big raid lines. Yeah, with the dots and stuff.
I think that's really it though, unless you want to count like phase 1 with the Vault Knights. And the Insane.
Yeah. And then like We got super sidetracked, but this is an important discussion for
Yeah.
this boss, I suppose. I guess like the ultimate transition, I suppose.
Oh,
With the LBs.
in Uwu?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's not like a lot going on. Like you see like, what is it? The little Magitech bits.
Yeah.
Oh my, Caster LB.
Caster LB.
Oh
yeah.
hey, Waha Bread
Brea.
possessing Tainted. Wow, Melee LB3. Oh no,
We all have Doom. Ah. Yeah.
Healer LB3. Yeah, it's not very visually.
No.
There's not a lot to look at. But
Especially
it's
compared
still...
to Ultima.
Yeah.
No, it's good though. It's a good fight. Phase 2 is insane. Phase 2 is absolutely insane. The like little angels dropping down on top of you
Yeah.
that you gotta block like
You
Susanoo.
gotta do, or they give like a bone stack or something.
I don't remember what it is, but
Revive
it's bad.
Demon.
You don't want it.
Yep. You don't want it.
Grand Cross blowing every which way in
Yeah.
that phase is really
that-
awesome with Eastward and Westward March.
It is. It's kind of hard to like see what's happening
It is.
in that one, but
I
it's
agree.
good.
No, it's
like
very
that
it's a chaotically fun fight in all of the phases.
Mm-hmm.
And then now we get to talk about that cool transition that I like a lot, where you go
Yeah,
into the
they
shadow
call it-
dimension.
They call it Cataclysm. The
Cataclysm?
Wicked.
Yeah. Yes.
I think that's a perfect name for it.
I adore it. When you gotta run through the maze and not get acceleration
Yup.
bombed and not get hit by everybody's spreads.
Yep. Don't run into the
And
angels that are
Don't
flying
run into
towards
the
you
angels.
guys.
Yep.
There's Holy. There's Flare. It's great. I like it.
There's so much stuff going on. There's
Then
so
you get
much
to the-
stuff going on.
You get to the end, and then there's like that one big flare on the one person that has to go out.
hmm
I always feel bad for that person.
Okay. What I would like to propose right now is that we call this part 1. Right
I
here.
agree. I think this is a
Um,
great stopping point.
Would you like to throw together a tier list of what we've done so far?
Sure.
Okay.
I would love to.
Kablam, look at tier list. Wow. Wow, look at it. Alright. Let's go. Labyrinth of the Ancients. D tier? It's all the way at the bottom, I think.
Yeah.
Labyrinth, Circus, and World of Darkness. I think we can just throw it down there at the bottom. Yeah.
Yep.
Void Arc. I feel like it goes with them. I think it goes above all of them.
I think it goes above them, but it does
Yeah.
like maybe like a tier above them, but
A
otherwise.
tier above them, you think? You think it's that much
Maybe.
better?
No, I don't know. It's better. But it's not that much better.
Void Arc feels like another Crystal Tower raid for me. I feel like they're all of like just the same chunk.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, put them in the same.
Okay. And what's your favorite Crystal Tower raid? And your least favorite? We can
My
break those in there. You
My
mentioned
favorite
you
is
didn't like
Circus
WAD.
Tower.
Your favorite
Yeah,
circus?
my least favorite is World of Darkness.
See, I'll fight you about that, but I'm comfortable just leaving it like
okay.
this. Like I feel like
love
World of Darkness
Cerberus.
and Labyrinth are just
Yeah.
they're both bad. It doesn't
I
matter.
love Cerberus. Cerberus is the only good thing about World of Darkness.
That's true.
But I am
Yeah.
very much poisoned by. I've been playing this since before they made Crystal Tower
Yeah.
required, and my alliance race has been nothing but World of Darkness, and I hate it.
It's fair. It's fair. I'll give you this one. You can have this.
Mhm. Thank
Mach.
you.
Where does Mach go?
I like it. It's better than all of them.
For sure.
I would give it like a C, honestly. Just
C?
compared to everything else.
That's a take. Do I agree with that?
Like,
Maybe I do.
like,
Just in
I love-
comparison, you might be right.
yeah, in comparison to everything else, I think it's a C. I love Ozma, but that's like the first fight. I do love the first fight.
I
But
feel like
those
I
are
need
the
to
only
rename the
two.
tiers because I feel like putting Weeping City of Mach in C makes it seem like it's bad, but it's not.
Not bad.
I'm gonna say good. I'm gonna call that one good. I'm gonna call this one bad. And then I'll just go great.
And then F is like horrible or something. I don't know. I don't. Get me out of Circus Tower. Get me out of Crystal
and
Tower.
semi approved.
Yeah.
I'll make another one. I'll make another one. I'll call it "Get Me Out of Crystal Tower."
I agree. I approve.
Get me out.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just drop Crystal Tower in there. I'm down to put Void Ark above them. I'd rather get Void Ark than any of the Crystal Tower ones.
Exactly. That's kind of the only reason why I think it would be.
It doesn't like how your name's spelled. I'm adding it to the dictionary.
What? Why don't they like how my name is spelled?
It's not a real word, Sammy.
But it's my name! You're telling me I'm not a real name.
Dunscape, I want to put in Wonderful.
What is...
I want to put it in Wonderful.
Is
like
that
A tier.
A tier?
Yeah.
I'm like comparing it to the other ones.
Yeah,
Dunscape is the last one, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, I was thinking Weeping City and Mox, so...
Oh no, Weeping City, I'm down
yeah,
to
I agree.
where we put
Put
it.
that
yeah.
in Wonderful.
Okay. And then just the Stormblood ones. Rabanastor, we said it was Weeping City too, but now that I'm looking at the list, I don't know if I agree.
I think
it's
put it like a tier above Weeping City.
Yeah, like right, like between Weeping City and Dunscape, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And then I want to put both Ritterana and Orbon in S. I think both of those deserve it.
I would put Orbon like
above it. Yeah, yep. I think so. And I think our disagreements are like our real disagreements about this are gonna start next week. I think currently we've all been on the same page.
I'm very near biased.
I know you're very near biased. I like the Nereids for sure.
I love them.
Not my favorite. They're definitely not my favorite. I do like them a lot, so perhaps we'll be able to find a compromise.
I can give you lore, like you give me lore.
That's true. It's true. I don't have the lore. I don't know Nier.
I have the lore.
that will be helpful for me, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But that's our podcast today, I think. That's what we're gonna do.
I think we did good.
I think we did, and we can finish this at a later date.
Sounds good to me.
Radical.
Yeah.
You wanna plug yourself?
Hi, I'm Semi.
Hi, Semi.
I'm on the internet. I go by Bumbler God Semi or Semi Loves Ranch, whichever one. Yeah. I play a lot of 14. I raid a lot. I play a lot of different games too. And
where can the good people of the internet find you?
TikTok, Twitter, Blue Sky, YouTube, Twitch. I primarily stream on Twitch. That's where you'll mostly find me. And yeah.
Yeah.
You go.
I'm Viv. I'm a play monster from space and I don't eat people. I play Final Fantasy XIV on twitch.tv/VivIsAngry. I also make videos on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram. Under, once again, Viv is Angry. That is my name. Do you have a link tree? You do have a link tree, right?
I do have a link tree.
Okay. I will be putting both our link trees easily accessible in the Descriptamundo. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for staying with us for this long video. Part 2 next week, maybe?
Sounds good to me.
And we are currently progging through in Party Finder. So if you want to watch that, you can come down to either of our Twitch channels on... What days are we doing it? Saturday, Sunday, Monday?
Sunday, and Monday.
Saturday, Sunday, Monday at 6 p.m. PST to 10 p.m. PST, or what's your time zone? We also do coils. We also do coils. I have a project where I am taking one character through every single piece of content in the game. That's the goal. And we're currently progging minimum item level, no echo coils of Bahamut, and we're having a lot of fun. Quote, unquote.
I die every day.
Alright, everybody. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you. Goodbye.